Welcome, Spartan fans, and thank you for tuning in to Village of Romeoville TV's coverage of the 2018 IHSA Week Number 1 football kickoff. As tonight, the road to the state playoffs begin for your Romeoville Spartans as they play host to the visiting Steelmen of Joliet Central. In year 4 of Coach Oliver Gibson's tenure, the Spartans are looking to bounce back after a tough 2017 campaign. So tonight, Coach Brett Boyder and the Steelmen look to steal the game tonight and spoil the Spartans' home opener. So let's get ready to cheer your Spartans on as they do battle tonight in their Southwest Prairie Conference home opener. So as you sit back and enjoy tonight's game, myself alongside my broadcasting partner, Mr. Phil Wysick, will be bringing you coverage from Spartan Stadium.
Yeah, I'm excited again for another season. I think this is a great matchup for both teams to start off the 2018 season here. I mean, last year they both came off some disappointing, records and seasons. However, though, I think to see where they're at against each other early in the season will give them a lot of time to prep and figure out what they need when they play some of those bigger, more competitive teams.
Yeah, absolutely. The last couple of years, this matchup has kind of gone towards the end of the season. And last year, the Spartans came away with a nice victory against the Steelmen, 45-23. And, this is, a really good contest, and it's a really good test for, both of these teams in week number 1.
One of the things I'm interested to see how we deal with this year is last year one of the problems we had is just size. Again, granted, Joliet's not going to be the biggest team we face, but it's going to be interesting to see how we hold up. The offensive line, are we going to be able to, give our quarterback enough time in the pocket or whatnot? Absolutely,
and we've got a little bit of a new offensive system. We're going to be featuring. A new quarterback this year. The Coach Gibson's son, Zach, is going to be taking the helm this year. And, we'll see, he's got a lot of athleticism, and we do have a lot of athletes. It's a matter of can we put it all together in this week number 1 game.
Mm-hmm. We also have a new offensive coordinator calling the plays this year. So, it's going to be interesting to see what he comes out. He's going to go aggressive with running, or is he going to put the ball in Zach's hands and try to let it go.
So we have number 9, Donovan De Hoyos, kicking to the north.
And he's actually the backup quarterback right now, so it's interesting they put him out there to kick.
So a nice return for the Steelmen as they are going to open their first possession of the 2018 campaign at the 30-yard line.
So a lot of changes happening in football. The whole helmet rule, the whole tackling rule. Is that trickling down to high school?
That definitely is trickling down to high school, and obviously not the penalties and the severity of fines or anything like that. But yeah, by the time it gets to the NFL, it's like you got to teach the youth and the high school, proper techniques of tackling. And we've got the shotgun formation in a quick draw over to number 9. He breaks free, and he is running down the sideline before he is brought down.
That's Eli Smith there with the nice, that's how you begin the season right there, carry.
So about a 27-yard run. And that's a good opening start for the Steelmen as they are in Spartan territory.
The Steelmen are going to be led here by Jared King. He's a senior this year. So, a lot of expectations on him as a senior with the leadership role. So,
and, from the Steelman point of view, they didn't win a game last year. So, they're looking to get off to a hot start. They got a pistol formation.
Trying to draw him offside there.
And then quarterback looks to pass, and he is just quite off the mark. That was intended for number 3, Tavion Blackwell.
I'm not going to lie here. It's pretty hot. Did you turn that on, or is that off now? It was cooking up for a little bit.
It got a little chilly in here, so,
Gotcha. It's interesting that they went straight to another throw. Why not just hand it off again? I don't think you built up a repertoire for running the ball to go ahead and throw.
Yeah, so we got a twins formation to the far side of the field, still in that pistol formation, and that's going to
they're going to call a false start on the offense.
Yep, so it's going to push him back 5 yards. putting up at a 2nd and 15. So we've got a wonderful crowd here tonight. This is for the first game on August, this is a cool night.
Yes, it is. I mean, we're about to be back in the 90s again tomorrow, but
it almost feels like an early October game, not a late August game. Jeez.
And the thing is, we're missing that storm that's causing all this, which is good. Great, great football weather. Maybe a little bit windy.
So King in the shotgun, perusing the field, looking to pass. Sees a crease. He's going to gain a couple before being brought down. That is number 50, Anthony De Hoyos.
That's good, seeing that we got pressure right away on him.
So this is going to be 3rd and long for the Steelmen. So this is going to be a key play for the Spartan defense. Forcing the Steelmen into a punting situation.
Actually, I'm going to stop you right there. I don't know if they're going to punt. In a lot of high school games, you're at half field. I mean, sometimes they just go for it.
Yeah, well, there are some high schools, statistically, they go for everything. So we got a trips formation to the near side of the field. King back to pass. Looks like they're trying to set up a screen. And he flips it out to number 9, and it's just off the mark. But
we got lucky there.
Yeah, he had some real estate ahead of him. But fortunately for the Spartans, it went incomplete, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 13. So, yeah, we'll see what the Steelmen decide to do here.
Well, obviously it's not just hey, let's go ahead and punt, or else the team would be out there, I'd feel like.
That's interesting, too. When the team huddled real quick, it was the entire team that went to it. It's kind of nice.
Is the quarterback going to be punting?
This is.
It must be nice to have a quarterback punting option.
Well, you have to be leery about that, too, because then you have that threat of throwing.
Yep. All right, we got some confusion here where the ball was marked.
Oh, I think the refs marked the ball initially in the wrong spot.
Dusting off the rust. That's all right.
That's all right. They got it corrected. That's the important thing.
Very good. King's going to take the snap. It is a punt. Fair catch called and caught. That was actually really good. Normally, it's very, from what I've seen in the past, a lot of our punt returners kind of fumble it, especially, he was in a lot of pressure there he was able to catch. I didn't catch what number it was, though. Can't see. He's got his hand in front of his jersey. So the Spartans are going to take over here. Looks like on their own, I want to say that is 24-yard line. And it's going to be Gibson's first snap, I think, of his varsity career. I don't think he was on varsity at Kitchens last year, right?
We did. Yeah, he was a late he transferred, after the football season, and I believe I don't know if he's ever played high school football before.
I thought he was on the sophomore team last year.
For basketball.
For basketball? Gotcha.
So we had a 3 wide receiver set, 1 running back. Gibson in the shotgun. And he's looking to run. He's under some heat, but makes a nice move. Yeah. Turns the corner and picks up.
Looks like close to a
first down.
We'll see where they mark it.
I think it looks like it's going to be just short. Yeah. So about a 9-yard gain.
I'm not sure if it was a broken play or whatnot, but that's good running by him, going through the tackles, not stopping, keeping his legs moving.
Well, that's a nice thing. He's got some athletic ability, so when plays do break down, he's got the opportunity to run and pick up some nice yardage just like he did there. So we've got a slight motion in the backfield. We've got a quick handoff. That's to number 2, and that's Nico Coronas, but that is whistle dead as there was a false start on the Spartans. It'll push us back 5 yards, so take us to a 2nd and 6.
That's a killer, I feel like. You're so close to getting a new set of downs, and then that just happens.
So each team's got 1 penalty tonight.
And that's just, I feel like, discipline. And I know it's going to come with time and all that.
Sure.
But, when I watch TV, when I watch games, how do you jump off sides when the quarterback's going to tell you that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's that anticipation, I guess. Or maybe you might have just forgot the snap count. That happens too.
You got a 5 wide out here.
So this is definitely a throwing formation. Gibson back to pass. Over to number 80, just off the mark.
That's the Foster.
And that's going to put us at a 3rd and 6.
And that's the problem right there. That's what we had problems with last year. They were getting pressure on our quarterback right away. I want to say it was our offensive lineman on that other side. So we'll see. Let's see if we can learn from him, because this is definitely a passing down here. Then again, we haven't really seen our running back. We don't know what he can do.
Yeah, the one opportunity, it was blown dead with a false start.
We've never seen Coronas take a snap, I don't think, at the varsity level either. Looks like an option here.
So we got to roll out to the right, get some season opening, and he is going to be wrestled down just short.
Short gain on the quarterback keeper.
You know, thinking about last year compared to this year, we have actually a really young team. I mean, like, throughout the years, we haven't had that many kids on the sideline. But, you know, I can't imagine us shrinking next year. So, I mean, we can only get more bodies and more players. I think our freshman class, I think we have around 20, 22 players, which is a good amount of kids.
Absolutely. And the sophomores, you know, they pulled off a victory.
They did.
Pulled off a victory. Actually, I shouldn't say pulled off a victory. They won pretty convincingly
it was
against Joliet.
Beginning of the third, but that was about it. Looks like we're going on at 4th and 3 here. There's
so
a
that's
shovel pass.
That's over to Nico Coronas, and he's going to pick up the first down and more. So a nice call by the Spartan offense, and Coronas picks up a first down.
Tackle made by Elijah Smith at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Spartans.
So we're going to be at the 40.
Okay. So it's a new, fresh set of downs, though.
So we have a double twins formation. Coronas in the backfield with Gibson. Joliet's in a 3-man line defense. We got a pass over the middle. It's tipped up and down. And
And again, we get a lot of pressure from that outside. We got to clean that up.
Yeah, Joliet Central had a nice opportunity for an interception, and fortunately for the Spartans, it fell incomplete.
They ran into each other.
Yeah.
They all got greedy.
Everybody was trying to make the play, and no one made the catch.
Let's see what this flag is, though. Looks like it's going to be on Joliet here. The main official's pointing that way. It's going to be pass interference. That's going to be an automatic first down right there. However, though, it's always 15 no matter what, right?
Yeah. In the college game, I believe it's 15, and then in the NFL, it's a spot foul.
Yep.
1st and 10 for the Spartans inside Steelmen territory at the 45-yard line.
So it's pretty obvious that the Spartans are starting to favor a throwing game. I mean, we've only seen, 2 runs. One was blown dead, and one was on the 4th down run, which I think Joliet didn't expect coming.
Yeah, outside of the the scrambles, which were designed passes, and quarterback just trying to make a play. But yeah, we definitely have favored the passing game. So going back to that double twins formation, and we got a timeout, and it's going to be the first timeout for the Spartans.
So the school just started.
School year just started.
A lot
Absolutely.
of new policies, some construction going on. How are your classes going?
Well, so far, really good.
You got all honors, or are you mixed again?
I have 4 sections of AP Human Geography and 1 section of Standard Human Geography.
Right.
But I think obviously a big change with the cell phone policy. And obviously we're a cell phone free school, at least in the classrooms, and I think overall it's been very effective.
I'll tell you what, I thought there was going to be a lot more backlash from the kids, and they've all been pretty receptive of it.
Absolutely.
I think they kind of get the idea that if everybody's on board, no other teachers allow it, and some teachers don't. I think, it's doing pretty well. But yeah, I mean, my classes have been great so far. I know it's only 2 weeks in. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There's 16 more weeks.
So how many different classes do you have this semester?
My 8th year teaching, my 1st year of having 2 preps that are the same. So 2 class periods that are the same.
All right.
So I teach entrepreneurship 2 periods, and next semester I'll teach 2 programming classes 2 periods. So.
There you go. Only took 8 years.
Here's a design run. Oh, we have number 5 in there now. That's, oh, nope, sorry. I'm sorry. It's the same. I thought it was Gibson was number 8.
His uniform did look like number 8, the way it was kind of bunched up. But there was a nice run by Gibson, and it's going to be a 2nd and 4 to the Spartans, inside the Steelmen 40. But, yeah, and obviously outside of the policies, the construction. And the construction is it's going to be great when it's over. And everything's going to look great.
To be honest, and I mean, I like where the administrators and the deans are currently located. I think it's nice it's centrally located. But I don't think they like where they're currently at, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm sure they want their own. Most of everybody is located somewhere within the Learning Media Center, and I think everybody wants their own home base back.
Yep.
All
right, so we got a small 3rd and 1 here after another designed run. So after 2, successful runs, let's see if we go to the air or if we stick it on the ground. I'd like to see a little bit more of Coronas. I mean, I've only seen him twice. We don't really know what the kid can do yet.
Yeah, he had one nice gain for a first down. So we'll see what the Spartan offense decides to do here. We got 2.
Is that the pistol formation right there?
That is a pistol formation with a little offset eye pistol. There's Coronas up the middle, and he's going to pick up a first down.
That was almost a fumble, if you didn't see that. He almost bobbled that ball. But you know what? That's good pick up front, first down. I like that he just both hands, and he just lowers his shoulder and just goes. He doesn't necessarily go for speed right away.
Yeah, and it's nice, man. The Spartans are having a nice sustained drive. They're taking some time off the clock.
It's good to see.
Absolutely.
Especially early in the season. What I like to see is, since we're passing so much, let's find that one receiver we're going to go to all the time. You see a lot of teams that have that number 1 receiver. It just doesn't matter if you single, double, triple them.
There's Gibson back to pass. He steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be brought down for a minimal loss.
And see, that was a lot more protection than what he's had before. We cleaned it up on that far side.
And the one thing you like to see there is, a lot of young quarterbacks want to, kind of roll out. Yep. But he stepped up into the pocket, which is exactly what you're supposed to do.
What do they call that, a moving pocket? Or
Is it a moving pocket?
And it's designed, too, right when they hike the ball, they all just shift right or shift left with them. Man, so much pass. I can't get over it, and we haven't completed one. I mean, maybe that's what they're just trying to do. That's what I think it is. They're like, dude, one's got to fall.
Yeah.
I go,
eventually.
It's coming. I just want to know who's our go-to guy.
So Gibson back to pass once again. He's rolling left, looking across the field, and that's going to be incomplete.
It looks like number 1, right?
It looked like that was intended for number 1.
So Wolf. So I mean, I'm okay with the continued passing. I just like to see it finally clicking. Once it happens, I mean, you play against yourself. It's not really like full contact. You know what I mean? So this is good for them.
That's the thing here. You've been working all summer against each other, and now it's a little different when you got different bodies on the other side of the field. Once again, a 4 wide receiver set, definitely a passing down, and that looks to be probably a false start.
It almost looked like, I'm not sure if
we'll see what
our team heard the whistle before them, but it almost looked like we were going to do like a excuse me, sorry. What do they call that? Where you pretty much just set it up, let them run through, and then your screen pass.
Yeah. Almost
looked like they were going to do a screen pass there. There was so much pressure on Gibson.
A not designed, but maybe an effective screen pass play.
Like, there was 4 guys on Gibson, and our offensive line was just still standing there.
Yeah, it's usually somewhere along the line there was some miscommunication.
Man, penalties can be a killer, I tell you.
So 3rd and 16 pushes the Spartans back to the 38. Staying in a 4 wide receiver set. Gibson rolling to the right, looking to pass deep. He's got a man wide open and just overthrows number 9, Donovan De Hoyos. It was a nice look. It was just a little overthrown, and that's going to put up 4th and 16, and you're kind of in that weird situation of.
And it looks like we're going to go for it. It looks like Gibson's just coming over to get the play from Coach Gibson.
Coach Gibson to Gibson.
Do you think that's hard?
Gibson to Gibson.
Coaching your son at this type of level?
I would imagine it's probably a little awkward. I think maybe here, but then when you get home, you want to probably still like, hey, remember that play, you know?
No, I feel like I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm too critical, I feel like, if it was my own kid. So props to them to be able to make it work.
Absolutely. So 4th and 16 for the Spartans.
Oh, no. Oh, boy, another false start. All right, well, now you got to make it 21 yards to get a first down.
Now is this a point where you maybe think about punting?
Oh, no, yep, here comes the punting
and here
squad.
comes the, yep.
Yep, and what do we have, number 10 kicking? Was it Donovan?
So a costly penalty.
Yeah.
So that's, man, 3.
Yep.
So, and it's false start penalties.
Yeah.
And those are just drive killers.
Oh, we got, we got a running back kicking.
So we got, Coronis.
It's interesting how many positions kids play, you know? Let's see if we can pin them down within the 10. That'd be nice. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. So Coronis trying to make something happen out of nothing.
Well, he is our running back. Just get it done, buddy.
And he is going to be wrestled down. So a miscue with the snap, and that's going to give the Steelmen great field possession in Spartan territory.
We were doing so well. We had so much positive momentum, and then false start, bad snap. It's like when it rains, it pours. So the Steelmen having pretty good field position here. Starting off on the Spartans' 47-yard line, and that is where Jared King will take over. Again, another team that had success running, and then they just threw after that.
Yeah, so we'll see if any adjustments are made with the Steelmen's second possession. And so we got a double twins formation. Jerry King looking to throw the ball. He's got some time in the pocket, looks to step up. Now he's rolling out to the right, and he is going to be brought down. That's a nice hit.
Nice tackle by number 3. That's Calvin Asamoah there.
Absolutely. And then Jabril Williams came in there. Absolutely. Yeah. So a nice job by those two. But, you know, King picked up a few yards.
Keep hitting him like that, though. He's going to be a little bit more timid running.
Absolutely. Helps to send a message.
They love this formation. This little, like, shotgun, I don't know what you call that, one running back?
Yeah. And whenever that running back lines up behind, so we got a little shift in motion. And that's King. So it's that kind of that
keeper
RPO run pass option.
Yep.
You know, gives the quarterback opportunities. They can hand the ball off, quarterback can keep it or throw it.
And that decision's got to be made like in a split second. I mean, if I'm the running back, I'm pretty sure they tell him, but how do you know you're getting it or you're not getting it?
Yeah, it's usually on those types of things, the quarterback, it's the quarterback's decision. And the quarterback is reading what the defensive lineman's doing, whether, you know, to hand the ball off or to keep it.
What I'm saying is, how does that running back know he's getting it?
He doesn't.
There you go. Same play, but this time they give it over there to number 9. That's going to be Elijah Smith.
And that's going to be some nice yardage. Looks to be just short of the first down, so that's going to put the Steelmen at a second or third and short. So we've got 5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter at 0-0. Got some other action going on in the area tonight. A big one at JCA with St. Rita and Joliet Catholic meeting each other.
And I know some of our fans out there wondering where Stefanski's at. And, well, if you guys knew from last year, his son plays at St. Rita, so he has stepped away from the broadcasting booth for at least one more year. Do you know if his son's going to college anywhere to play?
Not at the moment. Undecided.
Gotcha.
So that's a quick pass over to number 4. He's made a nice play, and he's going to dance his way into the end zone. That is Andrew Murphy.
A couple of good moves there, you know. Wow.
So that's going to put the Steelmen on the board. And a short pass and a lot of nice moves by Andrew Murphy. And Steelmen come away with the touchdown.
I mean, like that was the perfect call play. I mean, the quarterbacks weren't even lined up near close to him on that throw out there. He had at least 10 yards before the first guy once he caught the ball.
So it looks like the Steelmen are going to go for the extra point, and you've got the quarterback as the holder. So once again,
I feel like that's dangerous.
That's something that's
as a kicker, yeah, but like
as an
it's
option,
a double option. Especially
so that kick is up, and it is.
That wind kind of held it up there, huh?
Oh my gosh, that was almost like straight up, but just far enough to go in, and the Steelmen take a 7-0 lead over the Spartans. So if you're the Steelmen, you got to be feeling very good. You come away off the punt. It was a costly mistake for the Spartans. Steelmen get good possession inside the Spartan territory, and they capitalize.
Yep. 2 good running plays in a row. Then they throw a quick out, and the kid makes the rest of it.
So from the defensive point of view, you got to regroup and kind of make some adjustments there. Obviously, they're kind of going to, that short passing game along with, a couple of that run-pass option. So we'll see what the Spartan defense decides to do to handle that, and see what the Spartans do on their second possession, see what kind of adjustments they make.
And I think that we almost need to steal a page out of Joliet's book there to get our passing game on. Just throw a couple short outs. Just get a couple completions, a yard or 2, whatever. Just get in a rhythm with, your quarterback and your wideouts. And maybe, you get a touch of the ball because right now, it's kind of cold, kind of wet out there. Well, not cold, but I mean, the ball's a little slippery out there. It's a little damp.
Well, that's the nice thing, too, about about the run, too. A lot of that running, you get the running game going, and it sets up a lot of that passing game. But, from the flip side, some coaches believe the opposite. If we do the pass, to kind of spread the defense out to set up the run. So it's just a philosophical difference.
Yep. And that's going to be number 11, Antonio Orozco. I don't think he anticipated getting that ball. It looked like
I don't think so. Yeah, and he's going to be brought down at the 27-yard line. So Romeoville is going to come out for their second possession in this opening quarter, down by 7. So we'll see how the Spartan offense answers.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, I know it's early, and I know it's the first touchdown against us, but, in the past, it's like teams would roll us. I mean, if you think about it, last year, we were in a lot of games early on. And what would kill us? Our penalties. And we had to punt it. Then we'd have a bad snap or something. So it's going to, like you said, it's going to be interesting to see how we come back to this. Are we going to battle back, or is it going to be kind of same thing over and over again? Did we learn?
And unfortunately, that's kind of what happened to us in that first drive. We were moving the ball right down the field, and had a couple of penalties and couple miscues, and
I'm talking even against the big teams, we were driving. It's just penalty after penalty, or missed snap or something like that would just drive us back.
Yeah, I was looking at from the IHSA website today, looking at student enrollment, and by far, well, I shouldn't say by far, but we definitely have the smallest student enrollment population in the entire conference. We're coming in with a little over 1,900 students.
I think the next school is what, 2,000?
2,000.
One of the Joliets.
Plainfield Central, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Joliet, Joliet Central, they're over 3,200 students.
Really?
Yeah.
See, what I never understood, do you remember when Joliet and Joliet West used to combine schools for one team?
Sure.
How's that fair? If you think about it, Morton High Schools?
Yeah.
They have the same thing. So here comes Gibson. No, wait.
Oh, that's De Hoyos to
Gibson.
Gibson. So we have Gibson at the quarterback, De Hoyos at the quarterback, and that was a nice pitch and catch from De Hoyos to Gibson. So made an adjustment there in the in that second possession, switching quarterback.
So that's interesting.
So they just kind of split positions.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. So we'll see now. I wonder if. What's it called? Gibson's going to be like a true wide receiver, or is he going to kind of be that tight end? So
we'll see.
He's lined in the, what would you call it?
He's lined in the slot?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're 5 wide. De Hoyos alone in the backfield.
Looking for Gibson. There's that option to run.
And he picks up
2 yards.
maybe a yard or 2. So it's going to put the Spartans at about 3rd and 4.
And here comes that miss again.
Man, it's just an odd night.
Yeah. But then again, I'd rather have this than the pouring rain that everybody around us is getting. So.
Absolutely. It's one of those nights where it's nice to be in a press box.
I'll say that come, what's it called, senior night? No.
Yeah.
Then again,
when it's late October and.
Oh, last year was just brutal. Like I said, I'm no stranger to the cold. For girls soccer.
Oh yeah, those early games.
Came out one day for the tournament, our first tournament. I had to shovel the lines in the field because there was snow on it. We had to shovel the lines.
Oh man,
it was brutal.
That's miserable. That's just not fun for anybody.
Are we lining up? Oh wait, hold on. They're pointing towards playing for this.
That's going
to undebating to the quarterback.
Yeah, that's going to be an offside. Yeah, an offsides encroachment.
What's the difference? Encroachment, undebating to the quarterback, and offside.
I think.
Or lining up.
I think it's all how far the defensive lineman gets, or whoever it is.
There we go.
But that is going to be enough for the first down. So there you got a miscue by the Steelmen, and that's going to give the Spartans a 1st and 10 at the 39. Well, unabated is like when you're going to come and hit the quarterback and nobody's there, like you're not touched. It's weird. Yeah, there's a lot of
So here's that empty set again, 5 wide. Gibson's going to.
I didn't explain that one very well.
There's that option. DeHoyce is going to keep it, get a nice couple of moves in. Oh, I think if he would have just kept going forward.
Yeah, so he picked up probably about 5 or 6 yards.
It was a well-designed play, though. And I like the fact that you took Gibson out of the quarterback role, and now you show the other team that he's not a threat on the other side.
Sure.
You know, because then now that option works.
And that was something, a new wrinkle. We kind of saw that the jet sweep kind of in there. So that's something else that the Steelman defense are going to have to think about. So
now I'm okay going deep for one. Let's get some more excitement here. Let's see what De Hoya's arms got on him. We saw Gibson. Let's see what De Hoya's got. Let's just have Gibson go. Because, I mean, he's got some height to him. I saw him today in the hallway. I mean, he's not small. What we got him listed as? Don't even have, I'm going to assume like 6'1".
He's probably got, I think he might be closer to like 6'3". He's tall.
And it doesn't look like Joliet's got that much height to him.
No, I mean, size-wise and stuff, we match up very well with each other. So the Spartans are going to take their second timeout of the half with 81 seconds left in the first quarter.
Real quick, what I do want to say, though, is shout out to Mr. Randich here, who is running the show tonight solo. He graduated a couple of his main kids last year who would help him go camera to camera. If any troubleshooting, they had it. Mr. Randich was kind of just the man behind the scenes, but this year, I mean, he's everywhere. I've seen him walk back and forth 3 or 4 times checking those cameras.
And it's amazing the amount of work that it takes to be able to do this. Between camera setup and mics and all the logistics of everything, it's a lot of effort.
And don't get me wrong, like the kids do the work. It's just when something goes wrong, these kids are new. These is like a fresh class coming in. He's got to train them all. And on the first game, man.
And others, you could rely on them. They knew what to do if something went wrong. And
all right, so let's see what we drew up out of that timeout here.
So we got man in motion, and that's De Hoyos rolling to the right, and he is under duress, and he is going to be brought down.
Is that unabating to the quarterback? I don't think he just
Keandre
right in, man.
Yeah. The only difference is he didn't cross before the snap count. So that's going to be a huge loss. And
that's what I'm talking about. Like you have momentum. You get a couple good plays. You get a nice first down, and now we're pushed back. Pretty much right where we started off with the ball, I believe.
So we have an injury on the field with 1 minute to go. So the Spartans are going to be at 3rd and 15. And so that's tough. You don't have too many third and long plays.
We'll see. I mean, like right now, it kind of acts as a timeout where you can talk to your quarterback, set up a good play. I mean, like it's you got to protect your quarterback. I mean, he hiked it, didn't have a chance to even look down the field or anything. He just was completely right under.
Yeah.
You know,
He didn't have much of
No.
an opportunity at all. But from the other side, you know, Keandre Wiley, I mean, that was a nice play by him.
Oh, yeah. Don't take anything away from the defense there. But, again, I feel like we only get 1 or 2 plays every 10 that we're protecting our quarterback when it needs to be 7 to 8. You know what I mean? Give your quarterback a little bit of breather here.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so here we go, 3rd and 15. Gibson's going to be the one taking the snap on this count here.
So 4 wide receiver set, 3 to the far side, 1 to the near side.
There's that pitch out wide. He's going to gain back that sack there. We're going to be back at 4th and 10.
And it looked like, what was that, number 4, Calvin Glass on the carry?
You know, one thing I'd like to see is just, I'm not sure, because I don't coach or anything like that for football, but if I have a play call and I look and I survey, like before I hike the ball, like right there I saw Joey De La Rosa, single coverage, one-on-one. Can Gibson, Zach Gibson, make that call and kind of audible? Or do you think he's going to get reamed out? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
It was one-on-one by far. The other safeties were favoring the other side with the 3 wide receivers.
Honestly, that depends on the coaching philosophy and how much leeway they give the quarterback to make those kind of reads. Now, if you're like a Tom Brady, you're making that call and you're throwing to that one-on-one. I don't know. That's
market. But, let's get some Peyton Manning out here. Omaha, right?
Omaha.
There you go. He's grown a lot over there. I mean, he started off special teams, then slowly moved in. So
we just had an update that St. Rita has taken a 7-0 lead over Joliet Catholic. And so the first quarter comes to a close as the Steelmen have a 7-0 lead.
Wish we would have got that punt off. I would have rushed it. Look at the wind. I mean,
now
you're punting.
You're punting into it.
Oh.
So coming out of the break, the Spartans are going to be at 4th and 15. But actually you can just see that wind just going from the south to the north.
It's so strange. Like
maybe it's Joliet, man. They're just bringing it that way, huh? Bringing it with them.
We've got what's it called? It's summer and everybody has a hoodie on. It's just like looking down. I'm like,
tomorrow is supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah, 90 degrees.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is so bizarre.
Yep. One of the Joliet guys were lining up on our side.
Well, that's one way of doing it. All right. So we got Nico back to punt.
It's Coronas. Yep.
And Joliet's got Elijah Smith, number 9, back to receive. It's Coronas is going to be brought down. We had a miscue, and the Steelmen were able to rush right in there.
The snap was decent, better than the first, but, you got to give them time.
Yeah, he didn't have an opportunity at all. So that's another miscue, for the Spartans, and that's going to give the Steelmen great field position as they're going to take over at the Spartan 24.
We haven't even challenged them. We're giving them short fields to work with,
And that puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
I mean, Joliet's not even that big of a team, but, you look at, was it King and was the other one there, Smith. They're, I think, their biggest players.
Yeah, there's King off the pass. It's a quick pass over to number 28. That is Jalen Berry. It's going to pick up a few yards.
It's a good tackle there, one-on-one by De La Rosa.
Absolutely. So it's going to be 2nd and 3, 2nd and 4.
A little no-huddle offense. I'm a fan of the no-huddle offense. Who's
You are a fan of
it?
it?
Is that Chip? Is that the guy who came to the NFL?
Oh, yeah,
like
Chip
he
Kelly.
was doing a play every, 15 to 20
Oh, it was
seconds.
crazy.
I loved it. I mean, your team had to be in the best shape of their lives. Right?
Absolutely. So we got the pistol formation. We got some movement in the backfield. There's King. He's going to hand the ball over to number 9. He's going to be met by a host of Spartans. And he's going to be very close to a first down. Looks to be third and very short. So a nice play by the Spartan defense. Looks like that rain is picking up.
I don't know if the rain's picking up
or the wind.
Strange night. Strange night.
So
they did give it to him.
That third and short turned into a first down.
Again, we're giving these wide receivers a lot of room. I mean, they haven't really gone downfield. A lot of their passes have just been quick outs, and then they let the run do the rest.
Oh, that is a nice
ball.
The ball.
Are they going to call him down? Oh, they're going to call him down.
That was a nice play. I believe that was number 13, Jabril Williams.
That would have been a good turnover for us to have.
Yeah, that was a really nice play by him.
It is a busy party up there or something. Like everybody going up and down, up and down. What's going on up there? Oh, he actually lost the yard. That's good. All right.
Yeah.
Would have been better with the fumble. But
yeah, absolutely. So second and 11. 3 wide receiver set. And there's King looking to run. And he is going to be brought down. That's a nice play. 94, I believe, for the Spartans. That is Jamon Ware.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a nice play. So that's 2 nice defensive plays. So that's going to put the Steelmen at 3rd and 10.
So this right here, I mean, granted, the kicker was against the wind, his first kick, but you're almost looking at 4-down territory. Do you think they're going to – I mean, they do have the wind, but I don't know. That first one was real gusty, unless that wind was blowing.
Yeah.
See, here we go again. Now we're going up.
Yeah. That is I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens here after this play, but that kick was it wouldn't make the distance here. So that's King back to pass. Oh, he had a man, and that pass is going to fall incomplete.
Number 3, Blackwell, yep. But do you see how much room? We're not even bumping them off the line or anything. No. It's like we're just letting them try to catch. Then again, it's easy to critique up here.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, that's why we're up here.
Yeah, that's right. So big down right here. 3 solid, 2 solid defensive plays, 1 mix-up on the offense. You think they're going to run it or pass? I keep interrupting you.
No, I would assume they're going to throw the ball. So we got King. King looking to pass. He's under pressure. Steps up in the pocket, and he's going to be brought down.
Yep, that's great.
Wonderful job.
Great.
That is number 50, Anthony DeHoyos. So a wonderful defensive stand by the Spartans. Man, you couldn't draw it up any better.
Yeah. I guess that answers our questions about, kicking the field goal or not.
Yeah.
So now here's interesting. You can't throw, I don't think, in this. And if you do, you can't go far. It's got to be a bullet right to him, or you got to run the ball.
It's got to be that quick passing game. So we'll see what the Spartans come out on their 3rd possession. Got Gibson at the quarterback with Coronas right next to him in the backfield. 4 wide receivers. There's Gibson looking to pass. And there is a quick pass out to number 21. That's a nice game.
I think Gibson was looking at him to go a little bit farther downfield.
Hey, wow. Hey, 5 yards, 4 yards, we'll take it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if we in the high school level, I feel like you pick that one wide receiver that you got a connection with. You say, hey, just get open. I'm looking for you every time.
Absolutely. And on both sides, receivers have gotten open.
So, number 1, that, starts to cheat over a little bit more. I'm not sure where he's going to go after the hike here. Yeah, so you got one-on-one. There it is.
So Gibson looking deep.
Wide open.
He's got – oh! in and out of the hands of De La Rosa.
I think if he leads them a little
Bit more, yeah.
he gets them
That gave Damari Johnson just enough time, I think, to get his hand in there right at the last moment. But, yeah, let him a little bit more, and you're talking 6 points there.
Yep. And that's the perfect call. That's why I was talking that one time. You got them isolated. You see that safety favoring the other side. All right, so we got 3rd and 7 coming up. I know it's a passing down. I feel like we haven't really even tested our running offense. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see what they draw up here. And Gibson looking to pass. There's a little screen pass, and that's going to fall incomplete to Coronis. And that's going to put the Spartans at 4th and 7. Looking to be a punting situation.
It's going to be an interesting punt.
So that was a quick 3 and out. Well, that wasn't 3 and out. They got 1 first down in there, didn't they?
No.
No. Okay, it was 3 and out. That's right. That's right.
De La Rosa.
And the deep one to De La Rosa. Yeah.
De La Rosa, and then you just had one to Coronis.
Yep,
that
you're right.
Fell incomplete. So we got a new kicker now, because it was Coronis, right?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot read that. I want to say it's 23. Do we have 23? The linebacker.
20-something. 23, 24.
That's a better snap, better time. Uh-oh.
Oh, and that's a block kick.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know if it was blocked or he just didn't get
Or
enough
just didn't get
elevation on it, because I think he hit someone's back with it.
That was number 28, Norris Trent.
I mean, everything was good there. I mean, we're getting bad snap. We fixed that. Coverage, we fixed that.
So that is our 3rd miscue on punts.
And it cost it. I mean, the Joliet starting positions
oh my gosh,
and closer to our.
So their 4th possession, I mean, you're starting at the 9-yard line, 9 or 8-yard line.
The good thing is the playbook is kind of limited now since you're so close to the goal line. You know they're not going to go for the field goal, so you just got to hold them for 4 downs.
All right, so we got King in the backfield, double twin formation. King with a quick pass over to number 28, and that's going to be a nice tackle.
It's going to be.
That's 21.
Yeah, De La Rosa and who's number 11 on our team here? That's Orozco. I think De La Rosa tied him up, and Orozco came to finish it off.
That was a nice play. Otherwise, De La Rosa wouldn't have been there. That would have been a touchdown. So we've got 2nd and 4. The clock keeps ticking, approaching 8 minutes remaining in the first half. 7-0 Steelmen, but the Steelmen are knocking on the door.
Here comes that option run. They're going to either give it to Smith or King's going to take it. Oh,
there's King. Oh, under duress. He makes a move, but there's a fumble.
I'm not sure who got it, though. Now, this is where you just keep going. You don't get off the pile.
There's a scramble for the ball. We'll see how it unfolds.
Well, we're not celebrating, so I'm assuming Joliet had it back.
Yep, looks like Joliet comes away with the ball.
It's another one of those. Was that a designed run or was that a broken coverage?
I think it was a. Yeah.
Yeah, because he hiked it.
Well, I think. Well, it might have been, but we had a blitz coming from the outside, right where King was trying to go, and then so he tried to work his way back up the middle, and lost his handle on the ball.
Now, is this an automatic timeout, or he's up and he's getting off? Shoot, let's go. You know, like,
good call.
They say, hey, it's an injury timeout. You're getting a minute no matter what. If he's up in a minute or up in so many minutes.
That could be. No one took it a timeout there, so it's got to be an official timeout just for that purpose. Give each team a quick opportunity to, I guess, kind of regroup. So, 3rd and 5, Spartan defense.
2 good tackles is what it was.
Yeah. Hold the wall.
See, what I would like to see, now that they're so close, I'd like to see our cornerbacks just put a little bit more pressure on their wide receivers. And make them beat you behind you or something like that. Don't let them catch and run, because they've shown they can make moves and make things happen when they get the ball in their hands.
So we've got a new quarterback. That's going to be number 8.
I think it's number. Oh yeah, is that number 4 next to him though? That looks like a broken play too. Looks like he's going to get stopped just at the 1 though.
That's going to be a quarterback keeper.
That was, again, I think that was a broken play. It looked like he went for the option, but was it 4 and 8?
It was 8.
Who was next to him? We don't even have a number 8.
Yeah. He's the mystery man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check the sophomores.
No name for the backup quarterback, but nonetheless, takes it right down to the goal line. And so we've got a 4th and 1.
Maybe it's Tibbles?
It could be.
Maybe from the sophomore? That's what I have.
I really. Well, this guy looks more taller than 5'7".
So yeah, 8'9". So looks like Smith's gonna take the seat for a little bit and let. Do we call it? He does look taller than
5'7".
I mean, he's comparable to number 9, and
we're gonna go with number 8. So 4th and 1. Interesting that they're in
there we go. That's a false start.
And this is always interesting, about offensive philosophy. So here you're 4th and 1. And you're still in the shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? Right on the line, everybody fall forward.
Yeah.
Especially against the team, with all due respect, a smaller defensive line. Try it. Why put yourself 6 yards behind the line when you're right there?
So that is going to be a costly penalty for Joliet Central. Going to push him back.
Oh.
And
like kick.
So it's going to be 4th and 6, and we've got number 50.
And what's interesting is, again,
Sergio Pineda.
Number 8 is the holder.
So whoever the quarterback is the automatic holder. So
that's going to be just wide. There you go.
Kick
It's a nice stand.
So that is three in a row. Nice stands by the Spartan defense. Coming through.
I feel like that whole quarterback hold I feel like that's so old school. I remember way back in the NFL
that they used to do that kind of, yeah.
Now it's the punter or something like that usually holds.
All right, so Spartan defense, whew.
That's some positive.
They're playing well.
Offense feeding off that. So we got 6 minutes. What do we got? 90+ yards to go. Oh wait, no. Is it where the missed kick was? Has to be. Yeah, they're bringing it back to the 20. I guess it's
wherever the kick was.
Yeah.
All right, so we got De Hoyos back under center, or I should say in the shotgun, and that's going to be a quick pass that falls just short. So it's going to put the Spartans at 2nd and 10. So this is going to be the 4th.
Joyce has got some good eyes. I tell you that. I'm over here squinting to see who he threw that to, and he knew right away. We got a new person playing the music this year, too. We welcome Coach Rauza to the press box. He's now taking over the...
So send your complaints? No. I'm just kidding. So we got a trips formation. There's a quick pass over to number 11. Nice pitch and catch, and it's going to be a very minimal gain. It's going to put the Spartans at 3rd and 9. So one thing I did notice, too, and we'll see at the halftime, but the band came out with some new uniforms.
Yeah, I saw that. And you know what's funny? When you're an athlete and you get new uniforms, you're like, yes, I can't wait. The band people were the exact same way. I was talking to them, I go, how you feel about tonight? They go, I just hope we get to wear a new uniform. So that's it. It's a whole new culture. It's so weird. You go to you got the sporting athletes, you got kind of the mathletes and scholastic ball, and we're going deep here. Oh.
And that was intended for Gibson. That's going to fall incomplete, and that's going to put the Spartans at 4th and 9.
And it's just it's interesting how all the cultures kind of are the same in some way,
Mm-hmm. It looks like the Spartans are going to be going for it here.
I don't know how you could kick. Well, you've had 3 bad kicks, and you got this.
And that's probably what they're. And that's probably kind of the rationale here. So we got De Hoyos in the backfield. We got a double twins formation, and Joliet Central is going to call their first time out of the half.
I think that's their second.
Joliet Central. They're first for the half.
I take that back. Joyce corrects me.
With 5:43
Maybe that other one.
in the second quarter.
I won't steer you wrong.
You know more than me.
Once again, our Pounds are offering a 50-50 this
So
afternoon.
5:43, and this is an interesting play once again. You know, fourth and 9, and the Spartans do decide to go for it coming out of the timeout. You know, if you don't make it, you're once again giving the Steelmen really good field position, but maybe they're, you know, they're a little leery on their punt, but they're feeling really good about their defense, you know. Defense obviously has made some wonderful stops tonight. That nice bend but don't break defense.
Mm-hmm.
Although with the field position, they haven't had to bend too much. So here we go. De Hoyos in the shotgun formation. Looking to pass. It's going to be an out route to number 14. That's going to fall incomplete. That's John Moore. And once again, we're going to put some pressure back on the Spartan defense as the Steelmen are going to have nice field position once again. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the, what's it going to be, the 22-yard line, 22.5-yard line.
And it looks like King's back taking the snaps again. I mean, that was interesting. Some weird things happened. Like when King first came out, his first 3 plays, he tried drawing the Spartans offside. Was successful on 1. Then he never did it again. Then they take him out when it's right down in like within the 5-yard line to put somebody who's not even on the roster in there.
So there's King on the design keeper, and he makes a nice move. That's a huge gain, and that's going to put the Steelmen inside the 10.
That's a touchdown saving tackle by De La Rosa, too. He's been playing pretty well, not making any mistakes, having anybody run right through him. So
yeah, he's made a lot of nice tackles on the defensive side of the ball.
all right, this is where we thrive within the 10. Like, it's being honest with you. I mean,
Yeah.
like, we get a little stingy when the ball gets within the 10-yard line. So, and
Well, it becomes easier for the defense to kind of pack certain areas. So we got a blitz, and there's a quick pass. Oh,
dropped.
and that is out to number 4, Andrew Murphy, who did score the lone touchdown for the Steelmen.
And there's, like you said, like I said, Joliet doesn't look to really go deep. It's those quick outs, and they have one blocker. They rather take, 2v1, try to get little yards at a time here.
And they would have had an opportunity there if he would have caught the ball.
You got to imagine the ball's got to be slippery. Like
I mean,
damp
yeah, I would
outside, and
imagine.
I know it's not coming down, but it's like, I can't call that rain. Again, empty backside. It's very rare to see this, I feel like, with them. They usually have, Smith back there with them. There's that design run.
And there's
right
King
up the
kind of
middle.
dancing up the middle, and he's going to fall just short.
This looks very familiar.
Yeah. This is like deja vu. So this is going to be 3rd and 1 at the 1. So we're under 5 minutes remaining. Steelmen still up 7-0. Spartan defense has made a lot of nice plays, and they're going to be called on once again.
So again, they're on the 1-yard line. Empty
Back to the
backfield,
shotgun. Yeah.
shotgun, and you don't have
I know, 5 wide.
We're up here though,
I bet this is a quarterback
Yep.
run. Yep.
and he's in for the touchdown.
This is going to be spread the defense out as far as you can and let the quarterback pick his hole. And the play works as Jared King falls into the end zone, and that's going to put the Steelmen up 13-0 with the opportunity to extend it by 1 more.
I'm assuming this is going to be a personal foul, like taunting or something after that celebration. It was a weird toss of the flag. He dropped it looking at one of the players. So this is going to be assessed after the kick here, definitely on the kickoff. Well, now they're talking to our players. So, do you remember last year's first game, where the game took probably 3 hours, not because of the players,
yes.
but because of
So
how much the refs were talking?
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Do you remember that?
I do now. I try to forget it. That was what, against Plainfield South, maybe? So we got an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Steelmen and an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Spartans that will offset, and we'll kick the extra point.
So do they do the same thing? You get another one, you're ejected?
Yes.
All right, well, we got number 50 here to take the kick, which is Panetta.
That is
It's
did
a
not
dead
look
ball.
good. No, he kicked it right into the
Well, I meant like once it's kicked, it's a dead ball.
I was like,
Because
that looked like a dead ball when he kicked it.
Because this happened in the sophomore game where, like, it was a bad snap, and one of the kids was going back to pick it up, and I asked, Coach Gibson, I go, is it a live play? Can you return it back for 2 or something? He's like, no, it's dead. If you ask me, with a lot, all the injuries happening now in football, if I'm going to bend up, pressure's coming.
Yeah.
You don't want to get lit up, for a dead play.
Yeah, and that's probably why they
Did that?
made that change. And to be honest, there might come a day where there's no more kickoffs.
I could see that. I mean, they're trying to get there more and more. Now you can't even have a running start.
Yeah.
You only get 1 yard off the line. I'm actually happy we're getting a kickoff here. So hopefully we can kind of get out of our red zone or defensive zone here and kind of get some field. Maybe give, De Hoyos or Gibson a little bit more play options, I guess you could say. Almost looks like all the Joliet kids are the same size right there when you're looking at them, don't they?
They do.
They all look universally the same size. What size is number 50 here? How tall is he? 5'5". And then look, they got a mixture of helmets, or am I just looking at them different here? No, they're all the same. I was looking at the backs.
All right, so
A little pooch kick. Oh, boy. All right, here we go.
It's going to be number 4 with the return, and he's going to be brought down.
At the 20, roughly.
That's Calvin Glass.
That kick can work for you or sometimes not work for you, because that takes a bad bounce. We're starting at the 40.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in that case, it worked. And I think it caught us off guard.
So here we go, the 5th possession for the Spartan offense. And we're going to be starting at first and 10 at the 19. We got 4:25. The Spartans do have 1 timeout remaining.
Plenty of time. Just
So
to put some plays together.
Yeah,
That's what we need to do.
The clock isn't something you should be too concerned about here. So here we go. We got a trips formation. Looks like Gibson.
Take a look at the far side with De La Rosa again, I think, or is that De Hoyos over there? They're both wearing the white Under Armour. That's De Hoyos because what's his face? De La Rosa's over there. That is close to a block in the back, but it's not called. Perfect. That's a good play right there. That, I think, is what you need to start this drive. Nice first down.
And that's Royal Woolfolk. So a nice throw by Gibson, nice catch by Royal, and that's going to be a first down for the Spartans.
I mean, they are really leaving that single wide receiver alone. Like, they're trusting that quarterback completely.
It's almost trying to dare the Spartans
That's
to throw the ball.
exactly what it is. And that's number 80 on the other side. That's Foster, Keaton Foster.
So Gibson in the shotgun.
Going to be design keeper, but he's got no hole, and that is going to be number 72 taking him down, Denzel Jones.
Yeah,
and that right there I feel like is –
they have it listed 6 foot, 305 pounds.
That is their big guy in the middle there to clog it up for any type of run, I feel like.
And that's going to be a 2-yard loss, putting the Spartans at 2nd and 12.
I'm okay with the quarterback option. However, though, give it to Coronas. I want to see what he can do. He's gotten, 2 carries?
2 carries.
And one was called dead, I believe. And again, look at that far side. There's no one there. You could even do like a slant route. Here's that keep again.
So we got a man in motion. Gibson trying to find some
That's
daylight.
got to be a late hit.
Absolutely.
Even took the ref out.
Oh.
Still no flag.
And the ref seems to be
There's
okay.
Gibson helping him up and now giving him a piece of his mind in his ear.
To be honest, I don't know if the ref even knew. That did look like a late hit out of bounds.
So now the refs are going to get together and talk about it, and there it is. Yep. I'm glad they got together and talked about it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's a lot of pressure on you know, that side judge, you know, he's getting hit, and he's like worried about getting hit, not knowing, you know, exactly where everything took place. And, yep, that's going to be a late hit out of bounds. And that's going to give the Spartans a first down.
Yep.
The ref looks to be okay. That's the important thing here.
Yeah, Anna and Jen were out there right away checking in on them. So what's weird is, I mean, this is just me thinking out loud. Whenever the refs march off the 15 yards or 10 yards, they literally march it off and just instead of counting the hash marks. Like, if you know you're at the 20, just go to the 35. Why do you have to walk 15 paces?
I don't know. Maybe that's in the.
That's just me thinking out loud. Like
maybe that's the referee code. I don't know.
You must march it off.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
So we're going to go to a 5-receiver set here. Gibson alone in the back. Let's see if we move one person in motion. That sweep play that you call. Or it is called, not that just you call. It looks like he's. There it is. Oh, looks like a little.
There's a quick pass out to number 1.
Breaks one tackle, and he's going to get tackled by the whole Joliet front line there, I think.
Yep, that's Roy Woolfolk. So that's going to put us at 2nd and 13.
And he had blockers. It's just they didn't give him time. Just let him by.
So we are at just under 3 minutes. Clock keeps ticking. Spartans still do have their 1 timeout remaining. Down 13.
I think even if we get close, we even try for a field goal. Well, you're in the wind. Wind's brutal.
There's another quick pass.
Yep.
And again, the Steelmen were right there. That was a nice read by the Steelmen defense, and that's going to, even though it was a completed pass, it's going to turn into a loss.
That's 5, yeah.
Yeah, 3rd and 17.
You got to hold the block. I'm almost about to tell, like, I don't care if you get a holding call. Maybe they call it, maybe they don't. You know what I mean?
Got to put some sort of pressure on the defense. But now with 3rd and 17, you know, the DBs are going to they're going to give a little bit of a cushion. They'll allow those quick passes.
Yep.
You know.
Just keep them within 15. That's all you need to do. Did he go out of bounds or what? Like, must have. Because I'm like, if I'm Gibson, I'm letting the clock run down a little bit more here.
So we have a late substitution on the defensive side.
Why are the refs waiting for it, though? Oh, hold on. Set the game clock. Yeah, so the clock should have kept running, I guess.
So they're going to put a little bit of
to 2:25. Maybe it was out of bounds and we didn't stop it right away.
Right away, yeah. So there's going to be a little time put back onto the clock. Trying to sort everything out, and
he wants it to start running now. At least I think that's what he's doing. He's making the motion with a finger instead of his whole hand.
Well, hopefully, it looks like they got everything sorted out, and there's Gibson back to pass. 3rd and 17. He's rolling to the right.
He's got a lot of real estate to make up, and that's a solid tackle there by number 20, Damian Johnson. And like you said, they gave him all that land. They just wanted to keep him within 15. But here you go. Now we got a little this is, I think, a little bit more manageable. 4th and 10 than 4th and 17 where we were, you know. So I was okay with that running play if you knew you were in 4-down territory. So Joliet's going to take their 2nd timeout. And we'll see what we can do here on the sidelines.
So that leaves 1 timeout for each. So, you know, 4th and 10 at the 50. You know, Joliet's probably taking this timeout. They're thinking, hey, if we can make a stop here,
we're going to get good.
We're going to get good field position. 2 minutes remaining. We have 1 timeout remaining. Hey, maybe we can get some more points going into the half. You know, extend our lead.
Yep.
So
I almost like to see another, like, I feel like, in this case, I feel like your cornerbacks and all that defensive backs aren't going to be as far off. I'd almost try to target that one-on-one again. Go long.
Yeah.
Why not? Take a shot down line. Don't underthrow them. We've seen 3 underthrows that if we were a little bit farther out, they could be completions. I like to see them go long. We haven't had success with the short throw. We've seen that.
No.
We haven't seen the run really at all with our running back. I mean, until we start blocking, with our quick outs, like, because this is kind of where it's at. We brought in an extra blocker, it looks like. Is that, was that Woolfolk? Oh, no. Come on, be on Joliet here. That was Coronas in the background as the extra blocker. Oh, just kills you.
Yep.
It
so
just kills you.
Push you back 5 more yards. So 4th and 15.
And here's the problem with getting all these fouls. Like, yeah, we can go up here and we can say, oh, this, all that. The kids can't start doing that because once you start bickering between, oh, you got to stop this, you got to stop that. I mean, the game's not out of reach. You're two scores out. You've shown some signs, of progress with the ball. You just got to second half come out, eliminate those errors.
And stop putting your defense in bad situations. Yeah. So Gibson under some pressure, tries to throw it right over the middle, and that's going to fall incomplete.
Underthrown. Looks like it was to De Hoyos out there, number 9.
So that's going to be Steelman ball with 2:06 remaining.
So here's the thing. You've got 2 able quarterbacks in the back. You've seen both. Mm-hmm. You think one's looking better than the other currently? I mean, we've only seen 1 set of downs with no, we've seen 2.
Yeah.
And the rest have been Gibson and all that. We've had 5, right? So it's been almost evenly split.
I will say this. Sometimes playing 2 quarterbacks, it's hard to get some continuity going.
Yep. Oh, that looked like a hold. There it is.
And there is a screen over to number 9.
That's coming back. That was a hold. Number 50 on our team kind of got held back there. And usually when you see him kind of jerk back in that motion, that's a telltale sign.
That's a dead giveaway.
Yep. So this is coming back.
Penalty on the play.
See, I like that. Look at this ref. Not even pacing. He's just running back. He knows.
He knows.
10 yards, buddy. Ref code, I don't think
I'm
so.
not counting this off. I know where it's supposed to go. All right.
And I agree with you when you're talking about the 2 quarterbacks, developing that chemistry, Unless those 2, because they find each other when they're throwing. That's the thing. They almost have a chemistry between each other.
Yeah.
King's going to take the snap. Got time, pocket collapses, but he's got real estate in front of him, and he's going to pick up about half.
Yep. And for the offense, he gets out of bounds, so that's going to stop the clock.
And you know what? Once that pocket collapses, you got to count on your linebackers there to kind of just stop them within those 5 yards or whatnot. So, we got Calvin Asamoah in there as your captain on the defense calling the plays. I think he's got to have a little talk. The coaches can say what they want, but I feel like as a player, you kind of need to.
There's a screen pass over to number 9. That was a play they ran earlier that was called back on a holding. So that's Elijah Smith. So that's going to put the Steelmen at a 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. So we've got 90 seconds remaining in the first half. King back in the shotgun with the running back behind him. And we've got a timeout.
It's not signal timeout. Oh, must be maybe a player's bleeding or something. Got to switch him out. Oh, his jersey's ripped off or tape's ripped off. That's got to be what it is. Yep. Some improper equipment or something like that.
And that's interesting because that's the center. So now you're bringing in a new center.
Mm-hmm. So a minute 14 left. Kings dropping back.
That's a nice play. That's a nice play by Jabril Williams.
And you know what I liked about that? Even though they batted it down, they know it's incomplete, they still went after it as if it was a fumble. They didn't quit.
Hey, until that whistle blows.
Mm-hmm. So now here's what's interesting. You got 4th down and 6, a minute to go, and we got a timeout now. And I don't think they're going to punt.
I wouldn't imagine so.
So we get a stop, here. Oh, hold on. They still have a timeout, so. But there is no timeout, so this clock is ticking. Oh. No, it looks like King's going to line up the punt here.
Going to bring the punt team.
Yeah. And Joey De La Rosa is going to back up a little bit here and receive it for us. So we're going to get another shot here a little bit before halftime. We got to be careful, though, because, again, you got the quarterback. And another timeout.
Oh, and a timeout there by Joliet Central. Yeah. All right, so Joliet Central takes its last timeout of the first half.
Man, that's a tricky play for the defense they have to read. I mean, 4th and 6 is manageable. Neither punting game's really been working.
Yeah.
And you got their quarterback as the one receiving it.
Yeah. I imagine Joliet Central's probably looking at this like they're playing the odds. Let's try to pin them deep. Mm-hmm. The Spartan offense hasn't shown a lot, and let's go into the halftime with a 13-0 lead. Yeah. I got to imagine that's what their coaching staff is thinking. Mm-hmm. Or
it's going to be a fake.
You try to put the pedal to the metal.
I can see that. I can see them faking the punt.
Try to deal a blow to the Spartans, going into the half.
But you also get, they got to be thinking, we haven't had that much success. It's taken us longer than a minute to score normally. If we get this first down, can we put it in or not?
Yeah. True.
All right, so now that we've been able to recover, we actually have our receiving unit out there. Joey De La Rosa is going to be in the backfield here. All right. Joliet coaches are waving off something. Did you see that?
Yeah.
All the people were looking at him like, don't do it or something.
Whatever you do, don't mess up. And we've got the punt.
Let that go in. There you go. All right.
All right. So
2 seconds ticked off. We've got the ball at the 20-yard line. Smart play by Joey. A lot of kids, would go back there and try to receive that and try taking it out. So we've seen the quarterbacks go back and forth. Let's see who comes out on this one here.
Looks like
Gibson.
Yep.
Well, actually, De Hoyos just got the call, it looks like. So now he's going in.
I'm going to bring De Hoyos in.
That's interesting. Back and forth here. I will say this. From the two quarterbacks I've seen, Gibson's got more of the mobility to him, being able to run. But De Hoyos has got the better arm, that I've seen.
And that's probably why maybe he's in here.
Mm-hmm.
There's De Hoyos back to pass. And
as I say that, right?
And that's going to be overthrown, out of bounds.
I think it slipped out of his hand. That did not look like what he meant to do. I like the play call, though. I would like to see a route that cuts towards the middle of the field, though.
That's something we haven't really seen too much. Yeah, everything has been to the outside.
Yep. Why not go the outside and then lead them to the middle of the field? We haven't seen really anything go towards the middle. We had one, and it was kind of a shovel pass throw kind of look.
Yeah, get a nice post route or something like that. Yeah, that's a good observation.
I pick up on the game a little bit here and there. I'm getting better, I feel like. Basketball helps me out. I love doing basketball. Basketball's fun.
All right, so we got a fumble. I think De Hoyos
There's that option where you're like, I'm the running back. Am I taking this or not? He didn't know because he definitely handed it off.
Well, in those situations, it's definitely up to quarterback to make sure that ball is placed
where it needs to be placed.
Right where it needs to be placed. So if you let go and that running back takes it, the running back is coached to take the ball. And it's up to the quarterback whether to pull it out or not.
Oh, boy. And that's going to be overthrown. And now here's the interesting thing. The clock is stopped. If you run it and get stopped right away, the clock stops because of a turnover on
Correct.
downs, and Joliet takes it with at least field goal territory.
Yeah. I imagine you got a punt here.
De Hoyos is going back out there.
Okay. So 26 seconds remaining. So we've got 4th and 14. We've got 4 wide receivers.
You put an extra blocker back there.
3 to the near side.
Yep.
And there's De Hoyos back to pass.
He's going to air it out. He's got a man. He's got, it just held up there way, just a second too much.
It's broken up at the last minute by Jamison Goyne. And now you're in a situation where the Steelmen, with 19 seconds remaining,
here's the thing. How
greedy
are they is my question.
Yeah.
You think you take one shot in the end zone? You could take two shots in the end zone, yeah.
I mean, with 19 seconds, you have the opportunity, and you can still get a first down.
You just can't get sacked.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You just cannot get sacked.
The first down will stop the clock momentarily, but we'll see what happens here.
All out. Isn't that what it was on Madden? What do they call that? The all-out blitz?
The all-out blitz.
So here's King with the snap. Here's pressure. Pockets collapsed. There's a penalty on it. And he throws. That's going to be incomplete, I assume. Yeah, it hit the ground. I think that's going to push him back. I'm going to assume it's holding. Whenever you see that pocket collapse and we don't get a hand on him, usually it's holding. And, again, you kind of want to protect your quarterback. You don't want to let a cheap shot or something like that behind.
Absolutely.
So you almost have to, weigh that thing. Am I going to get a holding call and protect my quarterback, or am I going to let him go?
And now they're in an interesting situation if it goes back.
Yeah. Now you're out of field goal position, I feel like.
So now do you try to take the shot, or you just kind of kneel the ball down, go into half up 13-0?
Oh, you throw it.
Play for the second half.
You throw it. You throw it. They haven't really beaten us downfield yet. They haven't really thrown a far one. It's always been those quick outs and let them run. So it's going to be interesting if they're going to kind of.
This is interesting. There's 3 wide receivers and we got 2 defenders. So they
what
got
is
one
going on
open
over
guy
here?
right in the middle.
Oh, no.
And that is going to be.
tackle him in the end zone.
And that is.
Were we down a player? Or like you said, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was Jalen Berry. That was a blown coverage. They had 3 wide receivers. We had 2 defenders.
And our safeties weren't even out there, I feel like.
And the quarterback made the right read there. And, man, Joliet.
That's not what you want going into halftime.
No.
I didn't get to count. I'm not sure if we were down a man or what, but that was just really weird to see.
So Joliet's going to be going for 2.
Looks like he's just going to throw it up for grabs here. Oh, nope. I thought that's what he was signaling.
And there's a penalty.
And he's going to.
He does fall into the end zone, but there is a penalty. It's usually in the neighborhood of holding.
Well, folks, if you're sticking around for halftime, we've got a whole bunch of clubs coming up for you in sports coming out. We got the competitive dance team. We got the cheerleaders. We got the band. It's going to be a pretty good halftime. All new shows.
Absolutely. I'm sure all of these teams have been preparing.
Oh, yeah. This is their first chance to get a look at it.
Absolutely.
So now we got the 2-point conversion coming from, I want to say, the 12-yard line, right? Does it go on the 2 or the 3?
The 3, I believe. 2.5, let's say. We'll split the difference.
He had a lot of time there.
There's King.
And
it falls incomplete. Oof. All right.
And I know it seems all bad, but it could be a lot worse. Our defense had 2 or 3 good stands in the red zone. We're only down 19, right? I think we start off on defense, and Joliet will actually be, because Joliet's never been in their own territory yet.
Joliet started with the ball, so we'll get the ball. Yeah, we'll get the ball opening in the second half.
Okay. So you're Gibson, or you're Travato, or Smith down there. What do you tell them in the in the locker room?
Look at it this way. We just had a couple of bad plays.
I mean, are you mad, or are you
let's
brushing
put it this way?
off
It's
as
not.
first
It's not.
jitters?
No. Yeah. I mean, there might be a little bit of that. That last touchdown was just blown coverage.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones, the defense just kind of got put in a bad situation, and there's some times that they bailed the offense out, and it's a lot of pressure to put on the defense. So you're right. Being down 19, is not the end of the world. It's manageable to come back from. It could be a lot.
34.
It could be
34-0.
It could be a lot worse. But I think you get some breaks. The thing here is you just got to find some sort of consistency on the offensive side.
And I wonder if Gibson's treating this game as, hey, quarterbacks, this is your tryout. You know what I mean? Ooh,
that could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's number 13, Jabril Williams. And Spartans.
I'm assuming we're going out there, we're taking a knee, and we're going into halftime. Unless you're like, hey, let's maybe overthrow, because they've all been pretty much underthrown.
Yeah.
Again, you're into the win. I understand that.
Yeah. Well, that is true. That definitely has made a difference.
So you got De Hoyos and Gibson out there. It looks like Gibson's calling the play, though. And you can see Joliet just backing up, only rushing 3.
Yeah.
So Gibson's going to take the designed run, but it looks like it's going to be called dead. Oh, man.
I think it's going to be an illegal procedure.
Well, you can end a half on an offensive play. That's a 10-second runoff. I'm quoting from the NFL, man. I know that doesn't really go here. But I do know, because there was a huge controversy with the semifinals between Plainfield North. What was this, 2 years ago when they made it to the state final?
Yeah.
Where the defense committed a foul, and you can't end a play on a defensive foul or something like that, or an offensive foul, one of the two. So the ball switched, and they kicked a field goal to win
the game. Yeah,
do you remember that?
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm not. You can't end it on a defense.
You can't end it on a defense.
So that's what it was. Plainfield North had a play. Clock expired, but there was a defensive play putting them into field goal position, and they kicked the field goal to win.
Yeah.
Or send it into overtime. One of the two. One of the two. So that was an offside, I think, on us, or a false start. Again, what's the difference between those two calls? Same play.
So there's Gibson with the run, and that's going to bring a close. That's going to bring a close to the first half, as Joliet's got to be feeling very good going into halftime with a 19-0 lead over the Spartans. So this halftime will give it the Spartans an opportunity to regroup and come out with a game plan to score 20.
Gibson's got a lot to talk about in the locker room. Let's see what he can do here. Again, 19-0, that's what you got to tell your team. That's nothing. You got a whole nother half. You've proven your defense can make stands. You just got to get your offense going.
Well, thank you for tuning in to the first half, and please enjoy the cheerleaders, the Poms, and the band performance. Get yourself something to eat, something to drink, and in 15 minutes we'll be back for second half action.
Mm-hmm.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your Varsity Spartans.
Now, usually I don't do this, but go on, come off with a little previews of the remix. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, take it home, feeling you, way you do the things you do. Reminds me of my last school, that's why I'm off in the grill, trying to keep a whole potato. Let's go, my clothes, way you got me, how you feel, let me get it out so good. So let me get it like it did. Running my chest on the front porch, now I'm like, what the fuck is
Well, welcome back to the second half action. Hopefully you guys stuck around for our halftime show to see our competitive dance team and the cheerleaders and our band perform their new performances. So to start the second half, the Spartans will receive the kick, and we will be going from our right to our left. I'm not sure if that's north to south or east to west here. I think that's north-south, right? So we are. That's north. Yeah, so we will be, I think, heading towards the north end of the stadium here. Let's see what kind of adjustments Gibson had in the locker room. I can't really imagine it being a very calm speech. It's kind of got to be one of those ones where you just like fire them up. There's no, hey, mistake after mistake. There's got to be a point where that's got to be unacceptable and be like, guys, you got to learn from your mistakes.
Well, think about it too. Is like, you didn't really get too much rhythm on the offensive side, and you had 3 bad punting situations. And it's just, it was a tough situation.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed, got some food. You ever need some food, At's a Nice Pizza is always around. They always help us out here at Romeoville High School. Got some great pizza here. So you're always hungry, you're around town, want something for halftime, At's a Nice Pizza is
had a slice or 2 myself.
You got one left over, buddy. I'm going to hold you to it. There's that swift kick. So the Spartans are going to get pretty good, decent field position. There's number 28. He's got some running room. He's going to break a tackle, bring him for another 10 yards there. And that is number 28. That would be
Norris Trent.
Yeah,
that is a fantastic start.
Yeah, and here we are finally. I think this is our first time in Joliet, the Joliet side here. So let's see what we can do. It looks like, again, they're coming out at the same time, so I don't know who's got the play call. It looks like it's going to be Gibson doing the play call in here. De Hoyos acting as that tight end / wide receiver in the slot. Let's see if we come out running. I'm going back to that. Let's run 3 times in a row or something.
Yeah, we didn't have too many running plays that first half, but we got Gibson in the backfield with Nico Coronas. And there is Gibson with the keeper. It's a short gain, but nonetheless a positive gain, and there's a late flag that comes in.
I don't know what that'd be.
3-yard carry by Corona.
Hold.
And that's going to be a personal foul against Joliet, so you can tack another 15 yards on.
I wonder if that's like a chop block or something like that. I mean, Gibson kind of came up a little, like something happened there underneath.
Kind of a little late hit or something. Or
is he going to march it off? Nope. There
some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah. Well, going for 15 yards. So this is positive. We're not even, what are we in, 15 seconds, 16 seconds
16 seconds in.
And we're in the red zone or right on it. I can't see where he's going to be placing the ball.
I think we're going to be right about at the 20. 21.
Yep. 21-yard line,
21. Yep. So we got 1st and 10 at the 21.
We're going to be in that pistol formation. We're going to have Coronas, Gibson, and I want to say that's De Hoyos with them as the extra blocker. That's going to be a handoff, and he's just going to be wrapped up right away by number 6. I'm not sure if you got that.
Damaris Stanley.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a quick.
I love it.
And we got the tubas, or the sousaphones, I should say. I think that's the more correct.
This is something new that started last year, I think, where they just do this snake thing all the way around.
It's fun.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so we got second down and 12. We got Coronas and Gibson in the backfield. Here's a little pitch out. No, that's not Coronas. That's number 4. Little bobble. He breaks. He has a hole there, and he's going to pick up some yardage there. That's number 4.
Calvin Glass.
Yeah. I think that's the first time we've called his name tonight.
Yeah, so that's a nice play, nice run by Calvin. Picked up some nice yardage. It's going to put us at a very
manageable 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
I say you run it again. That's just me, though.
Yeah, well,
I'm all right.
If you pick up 5 yards, I'd say yes, run it. All right, so we got Gibson and Glass in the backfield. 3 wide receiver set.
There's that moving pocket. Oh, he's wide open there. He's got one man to beat. Just by his shirt, he gets stopped. I'm going to assume that's De La Rosa, but
no, it looks
again,
like number 80, Keaton Foster.
They both have that long sleeve.
Yeah. But even though he didn't get into the end zone, but
New set of downs.
picked up the first down, so it's going to be 1st and 4 on the 4. So the Spartans coming off hot this second half.
Run it. Run it.
And they are threatening
That
for
was a
their
good
first
play.
first points of this ball game.
Had a moving pocket. Gibson had some time to survey. Found his man wide open.
Yeah, wide open.
There's that solo coverage over here on the near side. Man in motion. There's that option, and they are going to hand it off. I want to say that's De Hoyos that gets the ball. And he's going to get stopped for a minimal gain, if not maybe 1.
Carry. Played by number 2, Nico Vargas.
I didn't see who carried it, though. I'm just assuming again. I'm doing a bad job if you're assuming. It's number 1. It's
Royal Woolfolk.
Yeah.
Second and goal for the Spartans
Like,
on the 40
this is how you know we
yard
got a young team. I don't remember him from last year. Did he transfer in? Or I've never heard of him. And I was just talking that with Mr. Ranich about how we have a young team. You know, like what we have here, you pretty much have for 2 years to work with.
Yeah, we did graduate quite a few seniors off of last year's team.
Throw it to the near side. He's wide open. Give him a chance.
So
You got one-on-one.
Gibson in the shotgun, and looks like the Spartans are going to call timeout.
I don't know what's going on. They're not signaling timeout. Now they are.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so that's going to be the first timeout for the Spartans, leaving them with 2 for the remainder of this ball game. So with 8:44, Joliet still maintains that 19-0 lead, but the Spartans are 2nd and 5 at the 5. And, you know, if you get a touchdown here,
Hope to see you there.
And then you
know,
pin them
that-
back in their half, not
Yeah.
let them march 20 yards. I mean, our defense proven we can stop them.
the pendulum
And right now,
could swing.
We're taking some time off the clock. Their offense is getting cold, like the quarterback's arm, legs, everything. They're just standing there. This is a big
And
play.
from Joliet's side, too, you got to look at this, too. You know, they didn't win a game, so
Yeah.
you know this is a situation
They haven't been in.
and yeah, they haven't been in. So
This, even though not necessarily do we need to score, but I feel like it needs to be a positive yard. We need to be 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 after this play. Is that Glass back there with them, or? Man, I can't see anything.
it's
That is Glass back there, so there's the
Yep.
option, and
yeah, and then Gibson is brought down.
opposite of what I just said.
So that's going to be a short loss, and that's going to put the Spartans at about 3rd and 8.
That, like I said, that just kills it. Those 4, you just doubled what you had to go to. So, well, now you're for sure in a throwing down situation.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Or, in all honesty, though, if you know that you're going to go for
4 downs,
it,
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
you know, you might run some sort of draw or something, or
All right, so now he's got his receiver, the one he's been targeting, number 80, that Foster. On this side, now it's isolated. So let's see if he looks his way.
he rolls right, looking back left.
There it is to Foster.
Oh, and that was a nice play by the Joliet Central. That was number 28, Jalen Berry, who came in at the last moment to break it up.
You got to go to that ball. I mean, that was
Yeah.
a solid pass to him.
Yeah, it was a good look. You know, sometimes the defense just makes a good play.
Yep.
So here we got 4th and
10.
4th and 10.
I like that play, though. Like, he rolled out to the right, tried to get all the defense over there, and then came back across his body to where the other 2 were isolated. This, I feel like, you need to come away with something.
Yeah, yeah. I
even
mean,
if you get stopped at the 1 or 2, you came away with them being on their 1 or 2. But you got to come away with some points, I feel like.
so
drops
Gibson,
back.
and then he was
Got
under
blindsided,
pressure.
yeah.
And that's going to fall incomplete, and the Steelmen make a defensive stand. So they got to feel pretty good on their side as their offense is going to take their first possession of this second half.
And you know what? Even though that did not end the way we wanted to, I mean, like, started off so well. The offense was moving. We had a good couple runs, the nice pass out wide. But they're not going to think about that. You got
No.
3-4 bad plays in a row. That's what's on their mind right now. I want to know why that one number 7 or 4 was out there. 7, number 7 quarterback. Why was King pulled? Still on my mind.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So there's King in the shotgun. There's a handoff over to number 9.
Smith.
Picks up almost a first down. I think he's going to be just short. So nice looking run by the Steelmen. Going to put him in a nice 2nd and 1.
Carry. 9 yards for the 20, 2nd and 1.
See, now we got confusion again over here on the defensive end. We got 2v1 on the near side.
So there we have a linebacker that walks out with a safety over the top. King in the shotgun. 4-man defensive front. And once again, this is going to be King with the carry. Picks up the first down.
Got to get a stop. You cannot let them get it. You have to force them to punt. Can't get them in the area where they got 4-down territory because the punting game is not looking good on either side. Actually, I take that back. King did have a nice punt that first half.
Yeah.
It did travel about 40 yards. It just happened to go into the end zone. Yep.
Yeah, that was probably like the lone special teams highlight of the first half for both teams. I guess that extra point went through, but even though it wasn't pretty. But
Yeah. This is like the refs are taking a long time to set the ball, let them play.
yeah.
I'm not sure what they're doing, or there's going to be a handoff to Smith, and Smith's going to get tackled by a whole bunch of Spartans there. Number 50 leading the charge. That's going to be Anthony De Hoyos.
Elijah Smith on the carry. Tackled again by Anthony De Hoyos.
So we're at the halfway point here in the third quarter. Spartans had an opportunity and just couldn't
Capitalize.
And Joliet is just, Joliet's just happy with just taking as much time off the clock as they possibly can. They're going to keep it right on the ground again. And looks like number 3, Kelvin Asamoah, is going to be the Spartan there to bring down King.
You know what? I've done, maybe this just is our conference and all that, but everybody's pretty much adapted shotgun, pistol, shotgun with a running back behind. Nobody ever does underneath the center anymore. Is that just to buy more time?
Yeah,
I mean, is that what it is, or?
It could be. It might give the quarterback another half a second or so to see the defense. Or
he's under pressure. Oh, don't let him out. There you go. And he's going to go. No, he's still up. I thought he was down. I'll take it, though.
I think it also gives the quarterback an opportunity to run.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. So that's exactly what we needed, I feel like. I think that's going to be 4th now, unless I lost myself.
Nope, you're right. That's 4th down.
6, yep. And again, you're assuming they're going to have to punt. They're punting into the wind.
I would imagine. I would hope so.
So we should get pretty decent field position pending some fluke foul or botched catch here. So let's see what Joey De La Rosa can do in the backfield here. That is either Foster. They're both wearing the long white sleeves. I'm assuming.
I believe that's De La Rosa.
So it's a good snap. Gets
There's
off kind
King
of a
with the
line
kick.
drive. Oh, boy.
That's
a great thing to do
let
there.
it bounce.
Exactly.
It's going to take a few extra rolls for the Steelmen, and they're going to down it.
That's a smart play,
at the 32.
That was get out of the way.
A little too close to the Steelmen being right there, and that could have been a dangerous play. But nonetheless, Spartans are going to come out for their second possession. We've got 4 minutes here in the third quarter.
Let's see if Gibson's still taking the helm. Nope, it looks like De Hoyos is going to take these next snaps here. He's over here to get the play call. It is interesting. It's going to be interesting what they do next week with the quarterback situation. They're going to keep this kind of alternating thing or what?
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to. Yeah. I thought maybe they might try to settle in on one quarterback in the second half, but.
Well, here's Gibson lining up on the near side all the way out. So here's De Hoyos. He's going to do a quarterback keep here option. And that is a solid one-on-one tackle. That's number 9. That's
Elijah Smith.
Yeah, that's Smith. their
He's
running
made some
back.
nice plays on the offense and defensive side. So it's going to be a gain of about 1.
I mean, but that's the thing. Like, you got to be able to make, break one tackle, make one guy miss, you know what I mean, to get a couple of yards. And right now, Joliet is just stopping them every time. We're not breaking really any tackles. And this looks like a ref timeout here, so Gibson's going to be able to talk it over with his offensive coordinator and his O-line coach. I like the moving pocket. I feel like that's where we've had our most success here.
Yeah.
Giving the quarterback time
giving
to
some
throw
time.
and all
Yeah. Either a lot of times, they're trying to roll a lot. Well, even though that last play, they rolled to the left, roll to the right because, both quarterbacks are, right-handed.
Yep.
But, yeah, I don't know. It's just a matter of trying to find something to get some little spark going in that offense.
And, you had it going, and then, like I said, you had those 3 bad plays, and that's what you're dwelling on right now. So, anyways, our school is under construction again. This is our 3rd year in a row of having new construction. 2 years ago was the student parking lot. Last year was the staff parking lot, right?
Yeah.
And then this year it's the administrative offices and some internal work.
Yep.
Next year, rumored, don't quote me, new turf for the stadium. I think we're due for a new set.
This is
we're kind of getting a whole new facelift.
And then
little by little.
Are they doing the baseball and softball fields with turf too?
So I've heard, again, don't quote, I've
Yeah.
heard that the goal is to turf one field for every sport out here. So football would have here, soccer would get a turf field, softball and baseball would get a turf field as well. So that I heard is what the goal is. When that's coming, no idea.
Yeah.
And if you ask me as
you
a
see a
soccer-
lot of high schools that are moving in that direction.
I don't like it. But then again, I see the point. So we're right out. There's a handoff there too.
I think that was glass.
Yep. But it's a pretty good gain. And they're going to call him down, no fumble. What's it called? I don't like it. I mean, like, I understand the concept that it's going to be cost efficient, no more maintenance on it pretty much anymore. But if you ask me,
You like the grass,
I like
huh?
grass. It's not natural.
Yeah.
It's hard on the knees, on the ACLs for a lot of the kids. So here we go, empty back set.
So we got De Hoyos. We got a man in motion. That jet sweep, and there's a fumble. De Hoyos falls on it.
See, that's where I thought he had it, and he just kind of like let go of it, but I don't know. Yeah,
It looked like it was. It looked like it was on the side.
Yeah. And there is a penalty. Well, they haven't put the ball back to where it was, like the line of scrimmage. So I don't. Unless that is, I could have sworn we were up a little bit farther.
Looks like they're discussing exactly where the.
Well, that's where De Hoyos went down on it.
Yeah.
All right, so it,
Looks like maybe an unsportsmanlike.
yeah.
There we go. So it was unsportsmanlike conduct. So it's going to be 15 yards and a first down.
I wish we would mic up that main ref to see what the unsportsmanlike. Was it taunting?
There was
it
a
hit?
couple of years ago that a ref crew brought in a mic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That'd be nice. All right, so we got bailed out there. De Hoyos, there you go. Hand off the Glass. Glass is going to cut back. And I'm liking the way he's running here. If we can get him a little alley, I mean, I think he can cause a little bit of trouble.
He's going to fight for a couple yards.
I mean, he doesn't look any much higher than 5'5", 5'6", but what year is he? He's a sophomore, so he's pretty young here. Dude, he is he's pretty short here. I mean, De Hoyos, I wish I had some type of height, but I mean, like, he's a little guy, like a little Barry Sanders out there size.
And there's De Hoyos.
He's going to
rolling to the right. Oh. Trying to turn the corner. He's going to turn the corner for about a yard.
See, I think De Hoyos didn't really want to run. I think he was trying to look downfield, but his wide receivers were already trying to, like, set up blocks for him.
3rd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
And we're going to have another official timeout. Another way for Gibson to kind of talk it out. I say just, honestly, I mean, give it to Glass. I mean, he showed some kind of spark there. I mean, I kind of like the way he runs. He's not just one of those ones that just put his nose down and run because he's obviously not that big. But I like how he tries to create stuff.
Yeah, good, hard, tough runner. But you're in the kind of that odd situation. You're third and 9. Yeah, you got to imagine you're probably going to be going for it, I guess.
Do you roll for 3 here?
Yeah, you're just in an odd part of the field. But, being down 19, I mean, you still got, 14 minutes remaining in the game. Definitely some decisions that need to be made, but see what the Spartans decide to do. I'll say the helmets do look sweet, though. Some nice
like
looking
that matte blue?
Yeah, those helmets look sweet.
I'm a big fan of, like, matte colors. I like matte black, matte blue, matte orange, matte white. Our yearbook was actually...
Matte?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that should be no.
Our yearbook was matte white. It was really cool looking. Like, it wasn't glossy.
So, speaking of the yearbook, this was it last year, the first year that the students got the yearbook at the end of the year? Second year. Okay.
And I think we've had a lot of success with it. A lot of kids like it. I mean, I'm stuck in between a rock and a hard place because I get, well, how come spring sports aren't in there? I have to mail those home. Why aren't they in there? Well, we have to get so much done and have the publisher have so much time to print the book and get it to us.
Yes.
But then, you got the ones awesome. They get, if I don't get it out, and I bring it out, in August, well, the kids don't get to sign them. So
So it's a no-win situation.
Yeah,
so the people that order a yearbook get a separate
in the summer
for spring sports.
Yeah, so you get spring sports, you get prom, you get graduation, all in there. Children's play.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
So
all those end of the year events.
It's pretty cool. Shout out to my yearbook crew that was out there today taking pictures of everything. So here's Doris. He's got a lot of time rolling out. Got his man Gibson. There you go, Gibson making one guy miss. That's
a first down.
So again, there's that moving pocket. There's where our quarterback has the most time that we've seen today.
And that was a nice looking play.
Yeah. He threw across his body, like you said. He was rolling left and throwing left, which is hard to do for a right-handed thrower. So that was pretty good. It was a nice throw, nice catch. So we're going empty backfield, 5 wide.
Took a little bit of confusion. Got it.
Motion on their own over there.
Trying to figure out which place to line up. There's De Hoyos.
He's going to throw down
Gibson.
The middle.
Just a little high for Gibson.
I don't see that many of our wide receivers have gloves on. Thought that was like a must-have for wide receivers now. Gibson's only got 1.
That's it. Yeah.
Foster has 2, but all the other ones I don't think have any.
And nowadays, you're starting to see even quarterbacks wearing gloves.
You got to catch that, though. I mean, that was right on the money. He's got to bring that down. And
sometimes your players have to make plays.
And that's like when you come Monday and you're looking at film, or Saturday when they do that, they're going to be like, yep, that's one of those plays. There you go. There's another nice throw.
Oh.
And dropped.
That was intended for Calvin Glass. It's going to fall incomplete. So it's going to be 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 for the Spartans at the 40.
So in that to update that JCA St. Rita game, JCA is up 23-7 over St. Rita.
Started off well.
Yeah.
All right, so we brought in an extra blocker for De Hoyos. He's got time. Now he's under pressure, and it looks like he's just going to throw it away.
And sometimes, you know, from a quarterback standpoint, that's the smart move to make. If you don't have a play, you know, don't force a play that's not there. You know, we avoided the sack, you know, and you lived for another down.
Yep. And, like, honestly, if you knew you were 4-down territory, you wish you could have picked up just a couple
little
of
bit,
yards.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because now you're in the
just to make it a little bit easier.
So here we go again with an empty back set.
So 4th and 10, 1:39 remaining here in the third quarter. De Hoyos back to pass. He's a little bit under pressure. Rolls to the right. He's got some openings. Sees a man down the field. And it's going to fall incomplete.
It was confusion. There was a guy wide open, but he thought the guy in front of him was going to get it, and then he just caught him off.
Yeah, we kind of had two guys in the same area, and unfortunately it falls incomplete, and so Joliet's going to take over on downs.
De Hoyos looked comfortable though, you know, back there throwing. I think he like stepped it up on his set of downs. Let's see if he comes back out next set, or is he going to switch it back to Gibson? I see. If you ask me, I don't mean to cut you off again, but just why not just have De Hoyos and Gibson in the backfield almost? As
Two
that
quarter-
option.
yeah.
Two quarterback. You got a run option. You got a pass option. You got the flea flicker option. You know what I mean?
That'd be interesting.
So here's Smith with the carry, and he's going to get stopped right on the line, and that is going to be number. Got to see when he gets up.
Looks
here.
like number 3, Calvin Asamoah, on the tackle.
54 was the one that initially
Hit?
stopped him. Yeah.
Okay. Donald Marsh.
That was good. Like, what was that? No gain? Yeah, 2nd and 10. So here's that odd matchup again where we're leaving a wide receiver open on the far side there.
It'd be interesting to see if they try a quick pass.
There it is.
That's exactly what they do.
Oh, and he's going to get
Nice.
that right away.
See, and that was a nice play by our defender. The wide receiver just missed it. Now, if that wide receiver makes that block, there's an opening there.
Was that number 32? Made
that was Quincy Winters.
Yeah, but was that a designed defensive play for us, like to
I think
leave him wide open like that?
Yeah. I think Quincy just made a heck of a play.
And look, as again over here. Maybe because we play a 4-3, that's why it looks that way.
Yeah.
And it's bobbled up.
Ooh, that's going to fall incomplete. So that's
hey-
going to bring up 4th and 12.
3 and out. So now you're going to get King punting here, and he doesn't really get a lot of hang time. He kind of does that line drive, but allows his front line to get up there real quick. If you remember last time, De La Rosa didn't have anything to do but just get out of the way.
So 7 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. King back to punt. Defense makes a nice stand.
And it takes, there we go. It's a little bit better. And that's a good job by the Spartans to get out of the way with that bad bounce back at them.
And that's going to bring an end to the third quarter as Romeoville has got a lot of ground to make up here in this fourth quarter, down 19, 12 minutes remaining. But they're going to get an opportunity coming here at the beginning of this fourth quarter.
Actually, the wind's died down. If you take a look at the uprights, the flag's really not moving that much.
Yeah. It's just been odd weather today. Odd weather.
I just keep going back to a conversation about the weather when we were in school today.
Yeah. Oh, the weather. When you have nothing else to talk about, what do you talk about?
Yeah.
The weather.
The weather.
The weather.
So, again, is De Hoyos going to be the QB here, or are they going back to Gibson? I feel like you have to go. He looked the best out of the two right now. His arm looks better. And De Hoyos does have, I don't know. Well, Gibson's talking to Glass, so maybe. Yeah, it looks like Gibson's going to be the one taking the snaps.
Yep. And De Hoyos back to the receiver.
So an empty backside, he sends Glass out to the near side. Now look at that far side. You got 3 wide receivers.
2 defenders.
Yep. And he's going to be
And
a
there's
keep.
Gibson with the carry. And he's going to pick up about 7. And Romeoville gets to about midfield.
And I really think Foster wants a chance downfield.
6 yards.
I mean, like we've had chances. We've gone downfield. But like as we said before, they've been kind of underthrown, letting the defense catch back up to the ball. I'd like to just see one overthrown just by a little bit. Just show them, hey, get running next time.
2nd and 3 from the 48-yard line.
Second down's been trouble for us. Usually we get pushed back and we're back into the third and a long down.
All right. Quick pass out, and that's going to be tipped by a Steelman defender.
I feel like that went through 3 people's hands.
Deflected. Incomplete. 3rd and 3.
So that's going to put us at 3rd and 4.
I'm okay with that. Give it to Glass. I'm into the running game. Usually I'm a passing guy, but I want to see the running game. Just give it, let's run.
You still have 2 timeouts.
Yep. So we got Foster on one side. We got De La Rosa on the other. We got single coverage down near here. And he's looking towards Foster's side. And there it is. Nice catch. And did he get his feet down is the question.
Oh, and that's going to be – nope.
And no, he got pushed
It was a nice
out of
catch,
bounds.
but he was pushed out of bounds, which is it's a legal play.
And it's 1 foot in high school, right?
1 foot in high school.
Yep. So I feel like we need to come away. I've said it before. We need to come away with something.
Well,
You
you're
can't
getting
just give
to
the
a
ball
point in the game where you're going to have to score.
And you're not pinning them down in their half anymore.
Basically, everyone's playing in between the 40s right now.
So we got an extra blocker back there.
All right.
Glass.
We got to roll out to the right. It's got a wide receiver open. And number 1, Royal Woolfolk, just couldn't come down with it. And that's going to...
There's a lot to talk about, I think, come film day. They're going to see a lot of things that there's a lot of positives. You're creating the opportunities, you're just not executing them.
Yeah.
That right there,
it's not like there haven't been openings. Guys haven't got it open. Just the timing just hasn't been quite there. So the Steelmen...
Let's see if we can get another 3 and out. The problem is that they do punt.
Yep.
And then they force us to go, 3/4 of the field. We got one guy coming on late. Let's see if the Steelmen can see it.
So they keep the ball on the ground, and there's a fumble.
And we are celebrating as if we have it.
And that's a Spartan turnover.
That was
as they
really
come away.
awkward.
Or I says a Steelman turnover that Spartans come away with. I said the opposite of what I was going to say it.
That was really weird. Number 8 came kind of like out of the gates. Not sure. He was in motion on the defensive end.
Yeah.
And somehow it worked out for us. So let's see if Gibson continues, or now do they give it back to De Hoyos? Nobody will know until the first snap.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, at least we didn't have the ball. I mean, it's pretty much like we played a 5th down, didn't get anywhere. So
yeah,
we got a first down.
One play, get the ball back.
Exactly. So that's the first turnover of the game.
You could just, it is.
And I'm surprised at that with the type of weather, the wind, kind of the moisture being the first game.
There haven't been too many penalties here in the second half. There were a handful of penalties on both teams in that first half.
I do like how we got a cheat sheet now. I like that. Did you design that?
I did. It was like last year, and I was like, you know what? I think this might help.
We need that for basketball. What happens in basketball, though, it's just going so quick. You don't mark it down.
Yeah.
Man in motion. Here we go. Gibson's going to keep it, and he's got a whole bunch to get by. And
he's
just
going to
got
be brought
pulled
down.
Yeah. Was that by number 8?
Yep. And then,
Number 6. Sorry, number 6.
The big time broadcasters, they got somebody that does that for them, and they just, here you go, here you go,
Where'd that guy go?
here you go.
Where'd the media guy
Yeah,
go?
I don't know. That's a good
Where's he
question.
at?
Yeah. Need to be helping us out. We're a bunch of amateurs. Amateurs that are bringing you wonderful coverage.
I'm not sure. I know we are away. Are we against Plainfield Central next week?
South.
Plainfield South next week. Our next broadcast, I think, is in 3 weeks. And is it our homecoming? I believe it is. And this
that's a nice.
Yeah. And he's just dragging people with him. He's still not down.
Still fighting for yards.
He traveled more like left and right than he did north and south. That is just an effort play there by Gibson.
Carry with Mike Ron Gibson.
But what I was saying is I think our next game isn't until the first week of October. No, September. I'm sorry, right? Second week of October or September? Keep saying it backwards.
I know we have a home game next week.
We're home next week?
We're home next week.
Against Plainfield South?
Yes.
Glad you know that. Is that the game? I know there's one game we will not be with you folks.
I think that is next week.
Oh, okay. All right. So if you want to go ahead and see the game, you're going to have to tough out the cold winter weather we have here.
See it in person.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be warmer than it is tonight.
Yeah. I'd be okay with another 4 weeks of
So we have
80
another
degrees.
injury timeout. And so the Spartans, coming off of this injury timeout, are going to have a 3rd and 1.
Switch it up or have, because prove it to me that Gibson can throw. Look at one-on-one coverage with your one wide receiver that's kind of proved himself. Look at the safety, tucked in, way in. Lead him. We're going to hand it off, and that's a good hole for the first down. Is that going to be Foster, or is that going back
That's
to
Glass. Glass
sorry,
with
Glass,
the carry.
yeah.
Glass with the carry.
So Corona's had his chance, and now the sophomore coming and stepping up, showing that he's got some running ability.
Yeah, definitely in the second half, Glass has got the majority of the snaps in the backfield. So 4 wide receiver set, trips to the near side, or the home side.
Another handoff to
And
Glass.
that's Glass, and he's going to be wrestled down for a loss.
It's like not even tackling, I feel like. They're just grabbing jerseys and pulling. Like nobody's wrapping up. Is that the new form of tackling?
I think tackling's a lost art.
And I feel like it barely gets better as you go up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get a lot of crap for saying this, but when the Vikings in the playoffs, who was that guy in the New Orleans Saints who went for the hit instead of just the tackle?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then Diggs went and scored that touchdown.
Like you said, a dying art. He went for the highlight reel hit. And just,
So Gibson back to pass.
Looked like a double move.
Looking down the sideline.
Oh. And it looked like De La Rosa had to play more of a defender there than the offender.
Yeah, it was well defended and could have been intercepted, but De La Rosa kind of broke it up.
And they don't look like the routes are smooth. Like your double moves, he's literally running, stopping, turning, then going instead of kind of stutter stepping. So we got a 3rd and 13. Kind of in that 2-down territory. You don't need to go long, but I feel you need to.
You got to pick up something here.
You got to make it manageable.
If you can get at least half, 6-7 yards here, give yourself a nice opportunity on 4th down. And there's Gibson back to pass. Got a man. Ooh, and that's going to fall incomplete.
But that was a nice play. Just, again, a half second off. De La Rosa wasn't turned around yet.
And so with 8.5 minutes remaining, the Spartans are at 4th and 13. And I don't know how many possessions the Spartans are going to have.
Left after this. You get. I mean, we haven't had that many plays over 10 yards. I mean, we had the one sneak by Gibson. That's about it. I said, come here. Come to Foster. You got to know the matchup. They're going close on De La Rosa. There's a rolling pocket. He's got pressure behind him. They are going to Foster down, and it doesn't even give him a chance.
Oh, and there's a penalty.
Yep. This is going to be a late hit.
That's going to give the Spartans a first down.
Yeah. I like the play, though. You just got to give your wide receiver a chance, I feel like. That wasn't even in on the soccer field.
And the soccer field goes to the blue, right?
Yes.
So how many yards wide is a soccer field?
There are actual dimensions. Like, there's just a range you have to fall within.
Oh.
I think it's like 50 to 75 yards wide.
Well, that could be
as far as 100 to 118 or 120 yards
wow.
long.
Now, like when you go to different schools, is it all pretty?
Yeah.
It's all different.
Like Oswego High School has one of the biggest, widest fields you ever play on. Everybody hates our field because it's so narrow. Or like this wide too, because our goals are right on the end zones. While a lot of other schools will go back 8 yards on each one.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't realize there was so much leeway.
Mm-hmm. Oh. All right, he picked it up. Can he get it away? Oh, he does. He's wide open.
Oh, they got a wide open.
Come on, De La Rosa.
And he gets into the end zone.
Somehow it works out. And De La Rosa is going to score the first points for the Spartans of the new season.
So a potential broken play turns into a touchdown.
I'll take it. I don't care.
Wow. I mean, whew. Just how they drew it up, right? I couldn't believe how wide open.
Yeah.
I guess the corner, when the ball saw the ball on the ground, they came up, and De La Rosa.
And give it to the offensive line to give Gibson enough time to pick it up because he even fumbled trying to pick it up. So that changes a lot here. Now, do you kick it off deep, put it in your defense's hands? I think
at this point, yeah, I think you still do.
We only have one timeout left. Those other two, don't remember them.
I still think you do at this point. The way your defense has been playing.
That's a weird timeout.
You got to imagine that.
So that's just a weird timeout. I know.
Yeah.
Extra point, but.
You got to imagine, I think, that Joliet's probably just going to hand off.
So you're thinking
or maybe a quarterback
get the ball
run.
Back.
Yeah.
6 minutes to go. Decent territory. That's if you get it down, in the 20 for them. You get it around the 50, 40 of ours. So we're going to make it a two-possession game. Well.
So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm getting to the age now
Yeah.
where when I say my movie quotes, nobody knows what I'm talking about. Gosh.
As long as you make yourself laugh, that's the important thing.
Man in motion here. Gibson's going to take it, that rolling pocket, and he's going to go ahead and throw.
Oh! That's in and out of the hands of number 1, Royal Woolfolk. That was a nice play. Just couldn't quite make the catch. And Spartans are going to be down 13 with 8 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. So we're trying to make this game interesting.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of positives, a lot of uglies, but it all worked out. Like, we went from, a 3 and out, got a penalty, went to a fumble, and then we got a touchdown. So, I mean, it's definitely been an interesting second half with the turnover. I mean, realistic, Joliet's only had 5 plays.
Something like that, yeah, because
the fumble was 1 play, and then I think we forced the 3 and out in the next one. So let's see what we come out here with our formation on this kickoff. Are we going to swift kick it? Are we going to onside? Or are we going deep?
I'd say at this.
I
still kick it deep.
Do you have someone who can kick it deep? That's the other thing. Because if
That's a good point.
if you toe bash it like some of them kind of do, that thing can go left, right, and they're back at the 40.
That's a good point. Squib kick it is.
So this is De Hoyos coming up to take our kick here. I think what happened with the kicker, because we do have a kicker on the roster, but I think he joined late, just like a couple of the other players. So he did not dress today. All right, so it is an onside kick.
Oh, and he kicks it out of bounds.
We're not going to get a chance at it.
Penalty on the kickoff. Legal procedure.
Well, I'm all right with that. I mean, you trust your defense, to not go more than 10 yards. Unless yeah.
The bad thing with that is that Joliet's going to be getting really great field position.
Yep. Now, do they get it where the ball went out of bounds if it's in front of the 40? Yeah, they're marking it at the 41.
Support cross country on the chocolate bar. They come in 3 delicious varieties, and they're only $1 a piece.
Only $1 a piece. So it's going to be at the 46.
What? Is that a 5-yard penalty from where it went out if it's past the 40? Anyways, we need a rule book. We need this guy over here, wherever he's at. By the way, you have one more piece of pizza. I'm going to hold you to it. Oh, that's got to be.
That's going to be a false start. So that'll push him back 5.
Penalty before the snap, a false start on the offense.
So it's going to be 1st and 15.
You got to assume that Joliet's just going to give it to Smith, and they're going to try running. Here's the thing. You get them stopped twice, you take your timeout on that 3rd run, or you save that timeout and just let them burn off 2 minutes here.
That's a good question. I think you'd still try to keep it.
There's that handoff.
Oh,
no,
there's King with the keeper.
I feel like every time you go to tackle, you got to kind of go for the ball. Try to strip it, punch it out, something, for some other type of turnover. Oh, yeah, see, they're going to take it back from where he initially started to slide.
Yep. Yeah.
So he's going to make back those 5 yards.
5 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. But from Joliet's point of view, they just want to keep that clock ticking. Seven and a half minutes. Double twins. King in the shotgun. Now at this point, King is watching the back judge, who's the timekeeper.
There's a handoff, and that's a great stop. I want to say that is by number 54.
And that's Donald
94,
Marsh.
I'm sorry,
94. That's Jermon Ware.
See, here's that where I'm saying, do you take that timeout? I don't think he's going to. I think he's just going to let it go. Big stop here. Get some pressure, some type of penetration through your offensive line.
It's definitely a big play.
And what do they get? They get 35 seconds or 25?
30 seconds. Yeah, I don't know, man. I got to brush up on my rules.
So we got a stack formation on the near side. King and Smith in the back. There's going to be that quarterback draw. King is going to take it, and he's going to get wrapped up for a minimal gain. And you do not want that. If that is against us, you just got to keep your composure. This is a big penalty.
We'll see what happens here.
No team's backing up, so.
Got the refs talking it over. Yeah, because if it's against us, that's going to give them a first down.
So there you go. So Joliet's backing up.
Another unsportsmanlike conduct. There's been several of those plays tonight.
I saw some extra pushing and shoving in the backfield, but I don't think that was what they called. So I wonder if it's like a late hit after the foul or something, because, I mean, I don't see any jawing or going back and forth. So, and that was after the play happened. So the Spartans kind of get a twofer on this. That play counted, and they are pushed back 15 yards. So Spartans are going to get the ball back here with 6.5 roughly with some decent field position. Let's see if De La Rosa kind of gets a shot here to kind of return some, make some positive yards out of this. Because we know he's going to do a little swift kick. What do we owe this to here for Mr. Ranish to join us up here in the press booth?
I'm wiping down the camera so when they back them, they're not wet. Yeah.
Gotcha. So let's see what happens.
So
King's
fourth
gonna
and
be punting.
fourth and 20. King back to kick.
Oh, we're
That's
going
a
to be returned
nice kick. Holy cow, that is.
Oh, get in the end zone. Get in the end zone. Get in the end zone.
Oh,
jeez,
nice.
Man. Oh, boy. De La Rosa was questioning himself. Do I do it? Do I not do it? Do I do it? And I'm okay. If you don't know, don't do it.
Do it,
You
yeah.
got to be completely, you're in or you're not.
So the Spartans will get the ball at the 20, 1st and 10, 5:47. So the clock definitely is not the Spartans' friend at this point.
So Gibson's got to be the play caller now, right? You stuck with him 2 in a row. He just scored the touchdown. Yeah, Gibson's going to be the play caller on this one. I was wondering where we were going with this song. I didn't know what was going on. Have to talk to Coach Rouse over there. What's going on?
Yeah. All right, so Gibson in the shotgun, double twins formation. Got Coronis in the backfield. And they're going to hand the ball off to De Hoyos.
He's going nowhere but backwards, about 5 yards.
So that's going to put the Spartans at 2nd and 15. 5.5 remaining.
I feel like at this point you almost need to let your quarterback run the show because time, like you said, is not – I mean, we can't take 30 seconds going to our coach, go back.
Well, yeah, at this point, you know, you got to
– You got to have 5 plays on your arm, and that's what you go with. It's like Madden style. Like, go
Yep.
back to that. You got 3 plays you go to.
What's the – oh, Sega Genesis, Joe Montana football. Pray for rain, I think was the – you just throw it deep. Just heave it up.
I've never played Joe Montana football.
Joe Montana football.
I'm not sure if
Man.
you held on.
Yeah,
to that,
you're not
but
as old as I am.
That's going to be caught. That's a nice catch there by Foster, I believe that is. And we got another referee timeout. But again, that makes it manageable, right? Yeah, that's going to be a pickup of about 12. It's going to be about 3rd and 2. 3, maybe. Let's call it 3.5. 3.25. Split it. All right, 3rd and 5. Son of a gun.
We'll split it. Okay,
Hey,
3rd
I'm
and
looking
5.
at the ref right there.
3rd and 5.
He's within 5 yards of the marker.
It was just funny how you said that. All right, we're going to split it. Okay, 3rd and 5. That was good. All right, 3rd and we'll call it 5. Just under 5 minutes remaining. Gibson in that shotgun, rolls to the right.
There's
That's
that
a quick
shovel past
pitch.
The Glass. Glass has gotten outside. He's got one to beat, too. There you go. Can we push him forward?
And then a host of Steelmen bring him down.
See, that's what I like. That one cutback, he made that first person miss. He just doesn't have the, the built on him to power through 2 Steelmen. But that's a positive play. It's going to be 4th and I think about, let's go 2.5.
Oh, I think you're going to just
They're
enough.
Give it to him, huh?
Enough for the first down.
All right,
move the chains.
We round up.
We round up.
So that's a well-designed play and a good shovel pass there by Gibson. Got a stack of receivers near side. Gibson looking that way. He's under pressure. You got to – ooh, that's got to be a flag. I guess I don't know what a flag is. That looked like helmet to helmet. Maybe they were saying it wasn't intentional.
I think that's what Gibson's saying, too.
You heard it from up here. There it is.
And there's the late flag.
What? So that's going to tack on another 15 yards, which is going to bring us close to the 50.
At least in the end, they got the call right.
Yeah. Which I'm fine with. If the clock stopped and the refs have to get together to talk, I'm all right with that. It makes them, forces them to make the right call instead of just one guy calling the shots.
So that'll bring us up 15 more yards. Right to the 50.
Yeah. There's a good, yes. That's got to give him all the way up to, they're going to not give him forward progress on that. So that was a good run by De La Rosa there. He came back to the ball to receive it. The one thing I didn't like is he went backwards 4 yards before he started turning up the field.
Yeah, well.
But, hey, I'll take it. We got a positive play of 8 yards.
Moving forward. All right, so now the Spartans are trying to hurry it up.
You know what? I think he didn't notice he had all that room to run. And, you know, that just comes with inexperience, not really getting a lot of reps up on this, like, high-level team to just, hey, you know
this
what?
is
My coach
his
wants
first
me to
game.
throw it. I see that run. I'm going to take off.
Sure. So here we've got a 3rd and 3, 3.5 minutes remaining. Spartans down 13 in Steelman territory. Gibson rolling to the left. He's under pressure, and he's going to be brought down.
3rd to 3 to 3rd and 13. And we have more success when he's got that extra blocker back there, or just, you know, was it Glass that goes back there with him at times?
Yeah. Yeah, and, you know, that time they're trying to get as many receivers out into the –
see De La Rosa talking to the offensive coach here, just saying, dude, just send me. He's pointing, just launch it for me. I feel like he's got a tuck in his shirt.
So we got 4th and 11.
All right, Gibson looking this way. He's got him. He's wide open. He's got to give him a shot, though.
And there's De La Rosa. It's out of bounds, but there is a penalty.
You got to give him a shot. He was wide open. He just blew right past his defender.
I think he holds the ball just a little bit too long.
Again, when they watch this on Monday, they're going to see a lot of things that, you know, was positive, and that they're this far away from making it happen.
And that's going to be holding against the Spartans. The Steelmen definitely will decline that, and that will be a turnover on downs. So the Steelmen offense will take over.
Did the Steelmen score that I did not know? Oh, okay, there it goes. I was like, how did it get 22-6? It's back
now
to
it's 16.
Yeah, it's back.
Except it was 19.
I have no idea what's going on over there. Oh.
Got to imagine the Steelmen are just going to keep the ball on the ground. And that's a big breakaway by number 9. I think that's Smith.
Yep.
And then he's going to be brought down by number 2, Nico Coronis.
Yeah, and you landed right on that ball. That just takes the wind out of you for a little bit.
Absolutely. That does not feel good.
Ball will be started at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 for Joliet Central. Official timeout.
You want that other pizza from Matt's and Ice? You can't just leave it there, man.
You want
Don't look
it.
at
You
me,
want
buddy.
it.
My wife's already mad that I had some pizza today. I'm not supposed to be eating that.
Well, see, that's your problem. You got caught eating it.
I'm an angry person when I'm hungry.
I'm an
It's called hangry.
angry person.
I'm not pleasant. I threw out my back this week, so I've been in pain standing and walking around. And then put me on a diet. I am not a happy camper to be around.
Man, that's just ugh.
Yeah, not fun. Not fun.
So is it the Wysick plan, or are you trying to follow a particular?
I joined CrossFit.
Oh.
I was okay with my shape. Other people were not okay with my shape, so I said I will try to get
CrossFit.
in shape
That's
instead
cool.
of just being in. But this back problem
That's
is just
intense.
ailing me. It is. It's fun though. I mean, everything's set up for you. All the workouts are there. You got a trainer there every day, making sure your form's good. It's just I got this back injury I just can't get rid of right now. So 2:30 to go. We're back at it. King's in the shotgun. He's got Smith to his right. It's going to be that option run again. And they're, again, like you said, looking at that back judge.
Yep, they're just going to milk the clock as far as they can. He starts waving his hand with 5 seconds to go.
Oh, that isn't. That's that
there's
is a hard-nosed runner,
that was a
number
nice
40.
collision.
Keandre Willie. Where was he this whole game? I feel like that guy could have done some damage. I mean,
man, he
put
shot
his
out
head
of there.
down and just ran. Wow.
Yeah. That was just wow.
Exactly.
He exploded.
So I think
All
they're
right.
going to give, I think that might have been the last time we're going to see Smith in the backfield. And we're going to now see a lot of this Willie or Wiley character here. And that's going to be a
King.
keep, actually. Yep.
And King marches into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchdown. So with 1:15 remaining, the Steelmen punch another touchdown into the end zone, giving them a 25-6 lead over the Spartans.
I'm interested in this play. I am.
Yeah, well,
I'm interested to see how this goes.
It's been an adventure.
Good snap, good hold. Good
that was
kick.
that was a solid kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right down the middle.
Took 4 quarters to get there, but hey.
Yeah.
Then again, I mean, that first kick, like you said, looked awkward, but he was against a lot of wind.
Yeah.
So you don't know if it was actually a good kick.
That must have been a lot of wind.
All right, so
the Spartans are going to get another opportunity here. Down 20 with 75 seconds remaining. At this point, I mean, the season's not going to get any easier.
No,
you got Plainfield South coming in here next week. And our conference is pretty tough. We've, in the last several years have put several teams from our conference into the state playoffs.
Yeah. And it's not going to get any easier next year. We didn't talk about that, how the SBC is growing.
Correct,
We're getting a school the size of Bolingbrook in our conference with West Aurora. They have about 3,500 kids. But then you also have Yorkville, who's actually going to be the new smallest school in our conference at around, I think, 1,800 or so, a little bit below. But yeah,
and from a cross-country point of view, Yorkville is a dominant team in the state.
Really?
Yeah.
But are they 2A or whatever it is? Because, I mean, you have the dominant team of Minooka that's always pushing downstate with cross-country.
Yeah, I don't know if Yorkville
I'm not sure
is
if they're in
still
the same
or they've pushed up. But, Yorkville traditionally has been a powerhouse, especially on the girls' side.
So, yeah, I mean, West Aurora, think about it. Like, I don't really hear much about their football team because they're in a higher class than us. But coming down here with that many people, you got to assume they're going to put, Oswego a run for their money. And then think about soccer, both boys and girls, they're huge. They're, like, decent at.
Mm-hmm.
Again, though, basketball, volleyball, I'm not sure.
I know West Aurora traditionally has had a pretty good basketball team.
But then again, like it's a different class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When they go to the playoffs. Got another, like, just a lot of, like, things that they got to just clean up. Like, why is that late substitution coming on? Because that kid, I don't even think knows what his play is. You know what I mean?
Just go out there and run.
That's pretty much what it is. So it's becoming clear that your two main wideouts are Foster and De La Rosa. Yep. I think that Gibson's probably going to be the one that's going to be leading the offense most of the time. with De Hoyos getting a couple calls.
You had a couple of times where you had a couple of nice runs, you know, by Calvin Glass.
Yep, and I think Glass is going to be the new running back. And I think that's what you need to work on is just the running game. I know he's small, but, I mean, he's got some decent moves to him. And right there, it was interesting. Glass just put a block, I want to say, on number 60.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, he's doing his duty as the extra blocker. So, now, I see these kids' names, and I can't remember ever seeing them in school. Have you seen a lot of these kids? Like, you ever seen Glass in school?
I don't think I really see Calvin too much in class or in school.
Go see him, just meet him, and that's. Those are the ones that sting towards the end of the game, you know. Blindsided, legs are tired.
Feel that one in the morning.
Yep.
So 4th and 7 with 25 seconds remaining, and
still time.
Yep.
For another play.
Yeah. Yeah. So this game's definitely not going to go on the side of the Spartans tonight.
See, right now, just drop back, loft it up, De La Rosa. Like 1, 2, throw it. There you go. He's going to lead him this time, too. Oof.
Just a
but I
little
like
too
that,
much.
though. I'm glad he overthrew him, you know what I mean? Instead of underthrow, because he had him beat.
So with 20 seconds, the Steelmen offense is going to come out, and
hopefully,
you know, from them, you know, they went winless last year, so this is a big win for them.
Away,
and
you know,
yeah, for the Spartans, it's a week to regroup and get yourself ready for Plainfield South.
And I'm not sure. Last year, Plainfield South had that one running back or wide receiver, one of the two that just was the go-to guy.
Yeah, and traditionally, Plainfield South also is one of the has one of the toughest defenses in the area.
Yep, that's what I remember too.
So it'll be a struggle for the offense, but they got another week of practice to find some continuity, you know, and
we'll see. So
try
looks
to get
like
some production.
There it is, right there.
And there's the kneel down, and that should be the end of the ball game, as the Steelmen are going to walk away with a 26-6 victory over the Spartans. So thank you for tuning in tonight, and keep cheering the Spartans on. We'll be back next week hosting the Cougars of Plainfield South.
Again, we won't be here, but if you want to see it, come on out. We'll see you guys in about 4 weeks, I assume.
Couple weeks, yeah.
All right.
All right, have a wonderful weekend, everybody.